Hey y'all, happy Saturday. I hope you guys are having a wonderful Saturday and Memorial Day weekend so far. If you're on the replay, I hope you had a good weekend. And if you're here live with me, we're going to get going. See what trouble we can get into today. Hey y'all. All right. We are going to get into this and try to finish this interview. This is going to be dreadful per usual, but we're going to try to get through as much as possible because I actually have been dreading even doing this next section of it for no other reason than the audio is terrible, the mumbling nonstop. It is painful to sit and listen to it, but we're going to do it. I said we would do it. We'll do it. And then we can move on. And thankfully, there's only a couple more that Terry Lynn has been a part of. And by the way, Terry Lynn, this is all under fair use. This is called commentary. Content purposes, commentary, kind of like what you've done in the past. I woke up this morning to a privacy strike, or a privacy complaint. I shouldn't say strike. Samantha Joy decided to attempt a privacy complaint. When you put things on public pages, on the public internet, there's no privacy that I don't, whatever. But she attempted to privacy strike where my 21-year-old daughter is on the video. So let's see. How have the last 48 hours been? I've gotten an attempted strike from Terry Lynn for commentary on the last video we did. She tried to say that her photo is copyrighted. YouTube said, nope. Yesterday, I got threats from some random people with names I don't even know. And today, a privacy complaint. Y'all doing the absolute most. And why? Why do I have so many of you up in arms? Why are so many of you so afraid of hearing your own words back to you? I don't get it. Probably will never. Hey, Allison. Hey, Michelle. Hey, Duchess. Hey, Thor. A One-Way Street. Janice in Accounting. Death Griffs. Gotcha. Hope for Snoopy. Lurker. Claire. Liz. KM. Marcy. Lil Polly. Sheila. Perry. Lisa. Chris. Remy. J-Dub. Sending you good karma. Shirley. Marie. Penny for your thoughts. Cam. Holy. No eyes. No, do you see the little guy right there? The little white astronaut looking dude? That's what it is. Hey, Debbie. Smiles, Butterfly, Chris, Muffin Mouse, Forever Army, Stephanie. Oh, Stephanie, congrats to your daughter and to you. Good job, Mama. I know that's hard. Terry, I got screenshots sent to me today, actually. And the funniest freaking thing, once again, is none of you guys are sent anywhere to do anything on my behalf. Samantha Joy, guess what? Terry and I have never spoken outside of a chat. Oh, shocker. Whoa, guess what? Want to know something else? I don't tell my mods what to do. I don't even talk to most of my mods in private. Don't even know who a lot of them are under their real names. And I don't need to. They're grown ass adults who do what they want when they want. I don't control them. I don't tell them when I'm going live. I don't do anything. I'm not one of the weirdos that runs in groups that needs group support. Anyways, shocking though, huh? Hey, LK. Hey, Cupcakes. Hey, Glue. Just for you, 247. Clue, I've seen you've kind of found your way over to some new channels too. Girl. Just wait until you get some introduction to the 90-day community. Woo-hoo-hoo! Oh my gosh, y'all. Shit's crazy out here. Hey, Luna. A creator that starts on time. Hey, Lisa. Loose Lucy. Terry Lynn attempted to strike me. YouTube said no. Samantha Joy tried to privacy claim me. I said, ain't gonna happen. It's nothing privacy. You ain't gonna claim my daughter as yours. Like, nope. She's complaining about the super chat that she sent in a public live stream and me showing it in my video. That's what the complaint was about. But it's a public live stream. The live stream's still up. She did edit out a piece of it, but it doesn't matter. It's still there. Hey, Cursed with Curiosity, Just Breathe, Jujubee, Petty, Bo, Rapunzel. It's been a wild few days. Hey, Rainy Days, Elisa, Pixie, Clinical, Gray Pearl, Rockabit. Hey, Rockabit, it's good to see you. Peppermint Tea, Daisy, Wacky Tacky, Creepy Girl. I like that name. J-Dub again, Thor again. Oh my gosh, Thor. If I continue to hear any more rumors about you. Hey, Sky. Hey, Sparrow. Carla. Oh my gosh, y'all. There's so much craziness. Tracy, Victoria, Grey Gardens. Yes, Grey Gardens. Very true. Thank you to all that sacrificed for the rest of us. Very good points. Happy Memorial Day. Thank you for your service and for those who have sacrificed it all. Absolutely. Yeah, sure. Yeah, I don't. Hey, Miss Leah. Hey, Mal. Audacity. Kyle's taking a nap, so I'm up here. Hey, Carabrie. Sheila Wright. It's like, what? Hey, Treat Squirrel. Miss Leah again. Beef Fergs. I know. Why everybody gonna? My mods can tell you. I never like. That's the weirdest shit. I might be one of the. No, anyways, it's just so weird that people do the most. Mystery. Sorry, I'm taking a little bit more time because can you tell I'm dreading doing this? I'm like dreading this. Hey, Wendy. Oh, Clue. Oh. Run as fast as you can is all I could say. Pineapple Icicle Treat. So there was a community built around the show 90 Day Fiance that's on TLC. Kyle and I actually watch that show all the time. But it's Americans and foreigners who have 90 days to wed. They get fiance visas and they bring them either to the United States or the Americans move across seas. And this group formed to commentate on that show. But seems like that's the last thing that they talk about. I don't know. I couldn't tell you. I just know a few things here and there, but I've been hearing names and stuff that I have never heard. Hey, Baton Rouge. Hey, Cammie. Oh, yeah. BJ really wants some attention after her last night's stream. I did get some of that watched and recorded because I have a feeling if she's smart, she'll take that shit down. But hey, Lisa. Hey, that Kels. That Kels, were you the one that got yelled at somewhere yesterday? Tammy's Clips, Smiles, Brianna, Cat to P, Go Ask Alice. I know Kyle and I have been engaged for a long time too. People always say, he won't marry her. No, it's the other way around. I am in no hurry to get married. None. I never wanted to get married in the first place. And my first marriage was a complete Hey, Beachy Keen, Laura, Ellen. If it's not broke, don't fix it. ASD shop. Chica. Sorry, guys, I'm taking my sweet time today. Jennifer Heine Ho. Hey, Beth. Oh my gosh, cupcakes. That's terrible. Touch Grass, True Crime Comedy Chat. Jason, Melissa. Oh, yes, she does, Jason. Oh, she edited that part out of it? Oh, I might have it. She edited the live. Rebel Soul. You guys were listening to her last night. Oh, are you guys all okay? Did you need a hug box this morning after listening to that shit? Hey, Firefly. Yeah, people have the live. Where do Clue girl, we need to talk. We need to do like a StreamYard and actually like talk and you're getting the experience that I got, but I got it with Molly Golightly, which she's banned off this app. But a lot of these people associated with, oh God, it's a lot. Oh, Sheila, the others wanted to be on this show? Hey, yep. Oh, I gotcha, Jennifer. Yeah. Oh my Lord. Hey, Tonka girl. Okay, let's get into it because I'm gonna sit here and ignore everything because I don't want to do this. Hey, Trish. We need to. We really need to get together and have some conversations because there's a lot. And I can probably help you avoid some of the mistakes I made with some of these people. So, hey, Arctic, it's good to see you. I'm sorry you got a migraine. I know a lot of people that have not been feeling well lately. Hey, Tammy. Yeah, she is, Cammy. She's back on another account, but she is ban evading. Hey, Lorton girl. Tony. All right. I am really, hey, A. Wait, I need Kyle here because he can pronounce your name correctly. Little Boston, are you gonna sit on your hands today in here? Because you sure seem to have a lot to say about me when you're in other people's chats. So if you want to sit on your hands in here and be decent, you're more than welcome to stay. But I don't play the little subs back and forth games. Terry Dean, I'm sure, was nice to BJ when she was in there. You can hang out here, but just know that I see shit. I know what's going on. Muffin Mouse. Oh, you know what, Muffin Mouse? I could just, hey, LFT, I could just send her when me and Mobs did the Never Have I Ever Molly Go Light edition. That would probably be a good reference for her. Oh, yeah. And that's a whole other side of that's like they know people that I don't. It's crazy. Hey, Chasing. So there's so much back here. We just scheduled Kenzie's surgery, Mal, for September. She's got to have her whole thing rerouted and all of that stuff around her nose. For those of you that don't know, my daughter had a massive reconstructive surgery on her face and her jaw, and she's held together by screws and plates and stuff in her face. But they left, it's a mess. So she's having this massive reconstructive thing done in September. Hey, Helen. Oh, I love that. I know, Helen. Congrats on 64 years. Oh, wait, not 64 years. You have been, what, 47 years? Is that right? If I'm doing my math right? It's Saturday. My brain's off. Hey, Melly Mel. Hey, Rachel. Hey, Julie. You can tell I really didn't do my hair. My hair's in my face. I've been outside. Yeah, I wish. Shop. I hope you're feeling well. All right. Did I miss anybody? Sorry, guys, if I missed you. I'm trying to make sure I get everybody. Hey, go Bulldogs. I usually jump into this. You all know how I am. Usually I'm like, let's go. Hey, oh, I did see. I missed a few of you. Rainy days. No, you're okay, little Boston. I don't have I don't care. Like, you don't have to personally like me. Let me be very clear here, people. I say this all the time, but I really need people to understand, like, you don't have to like me personally. but I'm not wrong on the conversations we're having. I'm not trying to shame anybody. It's a problem what is happening to these families. It really is. Hey, Mrs. Fletcher. Hey, Kimberly. Oh, I don't know. Kimberly, I don't know what you're talking about. Hey, voices. Smiles. Congrats to your granddaughter. Oh, Tony and oh, Melly Mel. Be girl, you must have sunglasses on, but thank you. Hey, Luna, Trixie, Trixie. I don't know. I don't know, y'all. You guys are too kind. Okay. Hey, Devious. Okay. 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 Crazy Grandma. I really just missed you guys, even though I've been on here a couple times, but I just missed being in here. Let me make sure. Hey, Willow. Okay. We're going. We're really getting there. Okay. I don't have any more excuses. Now we have to go. Now we have to do this. Oh, Clue. Oh, you cut off all your hair, Kathy. Oh, by the way, yo, assholes in the back. Kathy ain't got no time for BS, and Kathy P are two separate people too. So the mods in here of Brittany's monitoring, make sure you get the memo that Kathy P and Kathy ain't got time for BS are two separate people. They're right back to back. At least if you're gonna do your homework, do it right, or ask somebody that knows how to vet shit. I mean, you could make it easy. Kathy P, I want to see a picture. Send me a picture. All right, here we go. Okay, this is all under fair use. This is based on my opinion only of this conversation. Y'all know because they've been trying everything and all of the BS. We're going to be doing this in commentary fashion under fair use. So we're going to buckle up and pause. And I'm going to take notes. We are at the 2 hours and 58-minute mark. We're going to go from here and finish this out. It is sped up to 1.5. If you have a hard time hearing, it's probably the audio and a lot of mumbling. Bear with us. We're going to get through this one so we can rock through the rest. And we are, just so everybody knows, because let me be truthful once again. I need to say this every time. I do not think Seth is guilty of any crime at this point in time. I think people have taken vulnerable parents and been very opportunistic in exploiting their pain and suffering, including Seth. However, Seth has made poor choices. We can't overlook that. But this is not to shame, defame, and put Seth in any type of guilty fashion. I give him the same amount of grace that I give Chris and Katie, and we are going to be adding in some of Chris and Katie's interviews just to kind of get the foundation of the entire story so we have a bigger picture of everything. This is not to shame, embarrass. This is to hear what these people have said out of their own mouths and get the story correct from their own words. This is nothing to do with trying to say that Seth is, this or that. The bigger picture that I want to paint is how creators on YouTube exploit people at their most vulnerable times. And it is what it is. I really want people to see that. That's why we're doing this. This is very important that people see how they attach to vulnerable people, how PIs, there's a PI in the chat. That's how all of this started. We got to watch that follow out. I think it's super important. So that's what we are going to be doing. But again, please do not make blatant accusations in the chat. You can put in my opinion. I appreciate that. There will be no this, that, or the other. Currently, we have a 15-year-old out of Hendersonville, Tennessee, by the name of Sebastian Wayne Drake Rogers, who has been missing since February 26th. The internet has, and the public has made it completely unsafe for the Proudfoot family to even be in their homes. They are under constant surveillance. They have been monitored and harassed because the internet has decided they're guilty of something when we don't even have a crime. At this point in time, nobody has been charged with a crime. There is no evidence of foul play. It is an open investigation into the disappearance of Sebastian Wayne Drake Rogers, but there is nothing more to prove that somebody harmed him or foul play. When things change, we will find out more. But let's go.
I will make sure I put it on my community wall so you can come back and I'll make sure it's there. I promise. The flyers, Gracie has, we have that. Hold on a minute. I think she sent that to me. It's at TBI, but she sent me the whole link and it's in this stream.
And another thing, just for anybody that's coming in, this interview took place on March 18th, 2024. This is from Terry Lynn's channel. It is an 11-hour live. Seth has been on this for 2.5 hours at this point in time. Robin Rogers, there was a recording played of her in the very beginning of this. We've detailed those in the past 2 lives that I covered this.
And I do keep my streams where you can go back and we'll see.
Karen S., I shared the Google Maps link for the flyer grid in the chat if you'd like to pin it. You don't have to be a member of the group to use it.
Let's see. Hold on. Let me help her. Hold on, Karen. If you're here, hold on, Karen. Hold on. Where are you at? Let me go to my phone. I don't have me logged in. Hold on. I'm coming to you.
Can't mark it, but
I'm coming to her. I'm coming to her.
And Terry Lynn, word of advice to you and your little friends. I'm not going to play with you. Stop the fucking real life threats. Stop trying to harass my family. By the way, if you want my information, I doxed the entire thing, including my background. I'm not the one you want to play with. I filed police reports, and you're the only person that links to those people that would even remotely link this whole picture, after your strike got denied. Don't play with me today, tomorrow, or any other day, because I'm not going to play with you. And I will call your local PD, which I'm sure they know a lot about you already. Don't play with me and keep your friends where they belong, out of my lane. You should have been not putting this out here if you didn't want somebody to review it. Don't play with me. I'm done with the bullshit. I'm sick and tired of death threats, being told I'm being watched because I'm reviewing content that they put out here. There's a missing child. It's a lot bigger than you and your bullshit, Terry Lynn.
It's Karen S.
Yeah.
All right, hold on. Why can't I? Oh crap, Karen S. Why can't I make you a dang mod? Oh god, I need to make Karen S. a mod. I found. Hold on. Okay, you should be able to do it now. You should be able to drop it here.
Oh, tracing. Yeah, for anybody that doesn't know what I'm talking about, just a quick once over because I am a little heated about this. I went over the emails that I had been getting yesterday from these fake accounts. And the threats, they have been turned into law enforcement, of course. But yeah, let me show you right quick. And of course, the account has been removed. But yeah, there's more of them. The last one was, you afraid? You should be. We have so many people watching you, Becky. So many eyes on all of you. You picked the wrong person to come after. I am a hacker, and you have already downloaded your entire history. Try me, and you will find out. JY, John Yates, and Amber are the least of your concern. That was the last one, but there's a whole thread of them. So anybody that doesn't know, yes, that's what's going on. She attempted to strike me. It got denied, and it just went to law enforcement. I don't play with little games with grown-ass women who claim that they are out here doing the Lord's work by searching for a missing child, trying to go real life on creators, reviewing Seth's own words.
Here now, and I can grab that to pen.
Hey, Jeff. Sending you a huge hug. Love you.
He's verbal.
No shit.
He is verbal.
No shit.
Okay, I'm looking at you now. Thank you, Karen. All right. That is the I pinned it at the very top. That's the Google map to use if you pass out flyers. If you pass out flyers for this young boy, his name is Sebastian. This is Seth's son.
that's seclusion. To me, every weekend that I saw him, he was showing greater independence. That's why I was taking the opportunity to teach him how to cook. When we went to the grocery store, we would have a list, and I'd go get the milk, go get the creamer, pick up this and that, and then come back. And he did.
Okay, that's important to hear right there. Did you hear what he just said? I want to rewind that and make sure people understand what he just said, because that gives us a better picture of some independence. Let's go back just a little bit here and hear that, because I think that's important.
Pick up this and that, and then come back. And he did.
Oh, I didn't go back far enough. Sorry, hold on.
His name is Sebastian. This is Seth's son.
That's seclusion. To me, every weekend that I saw him, he was showing greater independence. That's why I was taking the opportunity to teach him how to cook.
So he was learning how to cook. That's great to know.
You know, when we went to the grocery store, we would have a list, and I'd go get the milk, go get the creamer, you know, pick up this and that, and then come back. And he did.
That's great. So with some simple instructions, such as a list, he was able to maneuver around a store. Again, that goes to being more in line with a 15-year-old versus a 10-year-old that we later hear.
He wasn't an intelligent kid. He seems like he was mischievous a lot to me from the stories that I've been told. He's a little mischievous. It could be. But he's a good kid. He's a good kid.
From my understanding, Mr. Dean, he had just bought himself a new student ID.
Mm-hmm. Oh. Amen. That's awesome. That's awesome. And welcome, Seahawk.
What does he want to be when he grows up? From my understanding, he wants to work with animals.
Oh. That's awesome too.
I mean, I know that he was hoping. See, I had an idea of having a homestead, and I know that he liked the idea of being growing up on a farm, taking care of animals, taking care of pets.
He loved animals, we know that, but Seth had the idea of having a homestead. Honestly, I can't really. Okay, I mean, okay.
That sounds fun too. He likes cats. Thank you, Carrie. Thank you. And they are on the road.
ASD, let me be truthful. It takes a lot to get on my shit list. It really does. You have to really push my buttons. Most of the time I laugh, you guys. Like, I have a really sick habit of laughing at stuff like this. But when stuff like this happens, I don't mess around with it. You're not going to threaten me or my family over stupid shit or the hacking stuff. Like, I could care less. Y'all, I'm not out here messing with people's real lives, but my shit list isn't even really that long.
All over.
Can't give up on our kids.
Never. Never give up on the kids. They're your kids forever.
Yeah, Brianna, good point.
In his parents' neighborhood, I don't. In my neighborhood, he liked my neighbor's pit bull. He would go over there and literally just basically let the dog clean his face.
I shouldn't laugh at that. Oh my. Let the dog clean his face.
You know what dogs lick all the time?
Oh, no.
No. All right, Chloe. Have a good night.
I'll follow Chloe.
He said his neighbor.
It'll probably be tomorrow at this point in time.
So he just said he would contact Chloe tomorrow at some time. Chloe, the PI. So we learned in the first section that we watched of this that Chloe had went to the vigil, and then she was in this chat asking questions, and she had reached out to Seth. So this was March 18th. So probably by March 19th, they had contact. And Chloe is the PI who sat on web sleuths and dangled Katie's trauma. You know the deal.
Angel, I would hope not.
Oh, God. I pray not. I say you have to have faith.
Yes, you're good. You're good.
Amen. Amen. I agree. I agree with that. Oh, I do too. I do too. I do too. Sometimes you just have to hold on to that right there. Because I can, yeah.
She's taking all these deep breaths and like.
Yes, and I do have his GoFundMe that his sister has set up. It's on my community wall. If anybody wants to donate to it, they're more than welcome to.
It's fine, Angela. If I can answer a question and it gives somebody an idea and they find Sebastian, it's worth it. would say he's directionally challenged.
So Seth agreed that he is directionally challenged.
And he didn't take any money with him when he left.
And you were teaching him things like that too, as far as banking, you know, managing money and things like that. You were preparing him for days as he got older. You were doing that as he was younger, right?
I'm sorry, what was that?
You prepared him when you started preparing him when he was younger, right? To manage money. Like with maybe an account. Oh, he had money tucked under. He could have, I don't know. I mean, there's a possibility. There are so many possibilities that you could go off of. He could.
There is so many possibilities. That's the big picture that I can't understand how people can't get. There's endless possibilities. And I'm so sick of hearing kids don't just vanish. Unfortunately, that has happened quite a few times.
Could have had money tucked under. Did he get money as gifts from people? Does people usually give him money? Thank you, KR.
As for money, I mean, birthday cards, Christmas cards, he would get money. Here, I made him just put it in his wallet.
So he was given money as gifts. Okay.
Good. So he was already on that road, and he was already starting to say this. He was learning already past his time. His dad had him on a road there, so he's still on that road.
No, that's another thing. You can tell the intent right off the bat with this, and we've been talking about it all along. Like the division and the divide of you were doing this, you're a great dad, you want to find your son, you've been out searching, and disparaging Katie and Chris has been completely transparent in this entire interview, whatever you call it. But Seth, and not to shade him, he has said himself, he had him 2 weekends a month. He did have some more, when they lived in California, when he was around more often. So I think it would be responsible to say the parents, you were teaching him as a collective.
Road, he's still on the path of learning. Savings.
Dean, he had money tucked away that nobody knew about, but they did find it in his room a week later. He had hid it in an ATM that he had built.
What? I didn't know this.
So he had money that they found tucked away, according to Seth. They found it a week after he went missing. But again, would they be able to track the amount that he had? I've always thought that, kids, my girls have money. Like I'll send them to school with money and they'll have change and they just put it in their stuff. I don't go and count it, so I don't know how much left over, but there's always opportunities that kids have money. But he says that they found a stash of money a week after he went missing in an ATM that he built.
It's a smart boy there. Wow.
Yeah, we were teaching him. Oh, snap, Ginger.
Thank you, JR.
Wow. I did not know that.
They're resourceful.
Wow. Okay, so there's an ass. Okay. Wow. That's what I was thinking, Karen. Resourceful. Yes, and thank you, KR. Let's see if we got any more questions. Yeah, I mean, that's pretty darn cool right there to be able to have that tucked away like that. So he had his own little savings started already. Was he spontaneous at all, or was he rigid with his schedule and routine that you
This is important.
know of?
When he was younger and before we went through our divorce, if things weren't on the schedule, you could tell that he would be aggravated. Because now something was off and different. For being spontaneous. But ask him where he wanted to go eat.
And where would that be?
Because he doesn't know.
Okay, so structure and stability and routine was very important to him. He does mention that something about the divorce, but we've seen the Proudfoot family get totally shredded over them having structure, stability, and routine. But Seth here is even agreeing that he thrived in those environments. That is my perception of what he's saying.
With me, his favorite place is IHOP.
Okay.
His favorite place to eat is IHOP. That's another thing. We're also pointing out things we're learning about Sebastian because I think it's very important for people to know Sebastian. Beachy Keen, thank you for becoming a member. I think that's very important to know.
Do you know if anyone had been watching or outside the home?
Not that I know of.
Thank you, sweet Sally. Thank you, and welcome to membership, Terry Dean. Okay.
Mr. Dean. Yes, it is.
I agree with you, Seclusions. Thank you, Vanessa.
Good night, Miss Vanessa.
Thank you very much. Yes, Sally's a sweet soul. She is. She's a sweet soul. How old was Sebastian when you and his mom separated?
I don't know.
She filed in 2016.
Katie filed. He said she filed, meaning Katie filed for divorce. Okay, which we know, but I'm trying to do it without adding in all the other things we know and just listening to this. It is hard. I'll say it is hard to not like over put in, just try to take what we're hearing now. It is hard. I'll give true crime creators credit. That is hard to not put your opinion or to, well, this was said here.
He can't answer that, sweetie. Fish, I wish he could, but unless he feels like he can, I don't know if he can answer that.
I hear you. So for those of you that don't know what's being discussed in chat, the date is the same. And they're right. Could it be just a random coincidence? Absolutely. At this point, it seems to be a random, but we don't know. Yeah. 24, 26, 24. Yep.
When Katie left California to go to come here, it took me 4 months to get the money together and so I could move here.
Wow, that's dedication.
It was a lot, 8-hour shifts and followed by 12-hour shifts.
Wow. That's a child that you love. You do what you have to do for your baby. Wow.
My life.
What were you initially told when he went missing? Do you recall what you were told?
Same thing that everybody else was told, that he left.
So Seth says that he was told, what he was initially told was that he left. Same thing that everybody else was told is that he left.
Mm-hmm.
So same thing that they told the police.
Yeah.
Chris?
Have you had a conversation? Can I ask? Have you had a conversation with his mother since this at all?
pay close attention to this too.
Sorry, what was that?
Have you had a conversation with his mother since this has happened?
Yes and no.
Hey, Chico.
Have I had the conversation I want to have with her? No.
So he's had a conversation. He says the actual answer is yes and no. But he hasn't had the conversation he would like to have with Katie.
Yeah, I was going to say probably not. So most of the correspondence has been through.
Meanwhile, don't let it slip your mind that he was there with Katie and Chris for the first 3 days after Sebastian went missing.
Your stepfather, maybe more so.
Stepfather or both of them on the phone at the same time. Mr. Dean, my son doesn't like to get dirty.
Nope. Mm-mm.
So
No, you're not, Luna.
in the water, he ain't going in the water.
I don't even like that water. I'm not even going to lie. I don't like that water. No offense. Ugh. Mm-mm. Mm-mm.
Which missing kids organization? Because there's several.
Yeah, interesting. That's interesting to me.
I don't know. I don't think like Chris.
Okay, go for it.
So once again, shade to Chris. It's so hard to understand.
I'm going to say that would be a yes.
Already working on it. More than one.
I'm going to put the comment box up.
We like to play outside. Playground. That was normally his favorite thing to do.
Welcome, thought criminal.
Sweet crazy, but we don't know. We don't know if somebody else here. Let me put some possibilities into this because again, I know people are thinking, and maybe he didn't. Maybe he didn't. We don't know. But if we're being honest, we don't know if he did have shoes. He could have borrowed a pair of shoes. He could have found an old pair of flip-flops. We don't know if he had money stashed away that they thought he had spent. We don't know. We don't know if somebody else sent him money. There's a lot of possibilities here. You got to open up your eyes a lot further because when we say there's no way in hell, there's all sorts of ways in hell and heaven that this shit can happen. People are so tunnel vision, they can't even see the forest through the trees.
Cold case. Would he go outside on the playground alone, or would you need to be out there with him?
When I took him to the playground, I used to go out there with him until I was told that I was too old to be doing that.
Possibility too.
Never too old. Never.
No, but when it says playground equipment for 12 and under, kind of look at you funny when you're 38. Around.
And be crazy. You can have that opinion. Again, you can have those opinions. Those are your opinions. It doesn't mean it's fact right now. Factually, there's no evidence of any foul play. We have to go on the facts. And we're listening to what Seth is saying. And if you listen to Seth, this was March 18th. It's important to hear that even his sound of his voice, he says repeatedly in the first interview we listened to that he left not once, not twice, but 3 times. Now we've heard it a 4th time. And he seems very in line with that thought process. If you listen to Seth, take your opinions out for a minute. Take your opinions out and think about the possibilities and listen to Seth for a second.
Playing tag with the kids, which is what I did in California.
It's never too old for a playground. Thank you, Lynn, and I appreciate you being here. He did like
he loved the preach. we would go out there in the Gulf of Mexico and go fishing whenever we went down to see my parents down in South Texas.
Mhm.
Thank you, Lynn. You have a good night.
Where did you get the information that he ran away 4 times? Can you source that for me, please?
Good. And I agree with Lynn that you do need to take care of yourself on that. I agree. No one's ever too old for a playground. Forget it. You know. That's the prayer.
Sebastian loved to fish. Chris spoke on that on Cluminati's one night too, about his deep sea fishing trip that they took him on. And there's actually pictures posted of it. He looked happier than hell.
Right there. Agreed, nurse. Agree.
I didn't hear that. Oh, it's a question.
My mom almost got stuck.
I haven't heard that factually stated by anybody on that. There's been speculation of stuff, but I haven't. Sweet crazy. Thank you.
So many times with my daughter at McDonald's, it's embarrassing. An Oreo of Sebastian talking so people can see what he's like.
That's supposed to be a video.
Yes.
I was like, wait, what?
Oh,
I think video. Welcome.
Yeah. I will have to look and see if I have one. Most of the time, I didn't do a lot of video. I'm not adding for the weekend.
Whatever you're comfortable sharing.
So, okay, I got to point this out. He seems to be talking to somebody that's there. His parents, his mom's in the chat during this. I don't think she was still in the area at this time. So I'm assuming this could be the girlfriend that we've learned about as of recently, Michaela, that he's talking to. So some of it's inaudible, which is totally fine. But I didn't notice that the first time around. And it's interesting to me because somebody is, he's talking to somebody.
I wish an FBI integrated much on him.
Clue, but people have shamed Katie overly, repeatedly for not having current pictures, even though it was current pictures of, yeah, it's wild.
It's not going away. It's not. And that is the facts. It's not going away. That wasn't that. When that was said earlier today, I had to agree that it's not going away at all. I'll give my opinion, and it's no. That's just my opinion. I can't speak for him. I'll speak for me.
So she's putting doubt in law enforcement. Again, we've seen that.
I have a memory of Sebastian that it's not my favorite because I have all of them are from my favorite. But I remember it being in California and we were at a power outage. And Sebastian was like, Dad, there's no TV. Can't play. Back then he played on the Wii. So we were playing, I think we were playing minutes on the Wii or Mario Kart, one or the other. And the power went out. And he was like, Dad, what are we supposed to do? And I'm like, well, you can always read a book. It's in the middle of the day. And he looked at me and he was like, can't we go to the store and buy power if we're out of power? And it just caught me off guard because it's like, son, you don't go to the store to buy power. But he had no idea where power came from back then. He didn't have a concept of electricity and what its uses and stuff was for.
Oh, that's precious. That's right. No, it's never going away. That's the facts. It's not going away. No one's
Sweet and crazy. That's not factual either. We have no information that that's factual whatsoever, just so you know.
going away.
And I'm not picking you out. I'm just trying to correct misinformation. That's rumors that there's been no substance behind.
Thing. It's either talk now or not. And if you say that you're going to answer the hard questions, just answer them. I offered 5 minutes. Did he like to swim in the ocean?
He didn't like sand.
Oh, I don't like sand. Oh.
They moved in what did she say? Or divorce was filed for in 2016. So 8 years previous.
That's the practicality of a child. I'm thinking all of this.
You're good, sweet crazy. I just have to correct it though because it's not factual.
Not to mention, I'm a beach. I mean, when my parents thought I was going to grow up and just be a beach bum, that or a politician, but
Beach bum.
beach bum or a politician. That's what my mom and dad thought. Because you couldn't get me out of the water. I loved going into the ocean, but I grew up a lot on the East Coast, and the water is warmer and cleaner.
Sherry, again, I see what you guys are saying. That's rumors. There's no nothing confirmed about that whatsoever. That has been rumors that have been started by fake, phony ass people. There's no source behind it that's factual, just so everybody's clear.
And nicer than California. California, the water is cold. There's dog shit all over the beach, and there's that nasty stuff called seaweed, and not the stuff that comes in, you know, a decent room. I didn't like California because you could see seals. You could see wildlife literally swimming in the ocean. And I've watched too much National Geographic to know where there's seals, there's killer whales, and there's gray whales.
Welcome, just another. Let's see. Maybe it's another higher. Durham, North Carolina. Welcome. Sebastian ever walked into your bedroom without knocking. Oh Lord.
You did, Duchess. It was inaudible besides the Duchess part, though.
Thank you, Gold Case Crystal. Yes, Nurse Jen. I pinned it.
Okay, so let me explain the locks because I see they're being discussed. So every lock in their house has a key to it, except the front door has a keypad lock that you can exit without a key. You can hit the lock button when you leave. It's the reason why all you do is hit a button. You don't have to have a key to lock it. That is the conversation around the keypad lock. That Chris talked about that himself and detailed the difference in the locks. The rest of the locks of the house, exterior locks, have to have a key to lock behind them. The front door had a keypad lock that you just press a button and it locks. That's the difference. That's why that's the only door that he could have gone out of without having a key to lock it behind him.
I did. They've been married for, I think you said 2 years. So he's had a step back for 2 years.
Do you think he would have went outside if he heard a cat? I mean,
Katie and Chris said something about that. I really don't think he would have. He would have put on shoes at least. You know, I don't think he would have gone outside for that. I heard that there was a neighbor that was out looking for his cat.
I heard that. I did see that. How did he handle the move? You're okay, Nurse Jen.
From my understanding, he handled the move quite well. He didn't want to be in California. California had some very bad history for him.
Okay. So this is the first that I've heard him allude to anything bad in California so far in the interviews that we've watched. Now we did not watch the mainstream media interviews. We're probably going to add in a few of those too as we go. But that's interesting to me that the move he handled really well. He didn't like California. I also think it's important that I'm hoping he answers that. Potentially putting a billboard in the area that he did move from in California. That's what I keep going back to. Let's see if he says chasing.
God bless. You're okay, Nurse Jen. Welcome back, Harmony. Thank you, Karen. I will make sure everybody gets that right there.
Duchess or Clue, can you confirm the date of the move? Either one of you?
Did he want to go online, or was it forbidden for him?
Faye, yes, he did. His mom was the last person to see him. Katie Proudfoot was the last person to see him. But that doesn't mean anything as of right now. Right now, factually speaking, there's no evidence of foul play. It's an open investigation. It's not a criminal investigation. And it is being treated as a missing person, not a true crime case. That's factually speaking. But yes, you are correct. She was the last person to see him. That's never been denied.
Yeah. I think Seth said he allowed him to be online at his home.
Before the daylight saving time stuff.
What? God, I wish I could hear it better.
Was it getting? Okay. I think we were rolling over.
For some reason, I keep thinking the move was in 2018, not 2016, but I could be incorrect on that. So as soon as I have that verified, I will tell you guys. I know it's been spoke on, but I can't remember where exactly at the moment.
Remember, we were getting close. I know. Today,
No, it was still dark.
It was still dark, though. No, it was still dark. You're right. Was he close to any neighbors?
It's not like he would tell me he wanted to go online. When he was here, most of the time, when his phone wasn't locked down and he was here, he was watching Minecraft videos on his phone.
Thank you,
He
Dustin.
would be watching Minecraft videos on his phone, watching Yu-Gi-Oh on the TV, and playing on his Switch.
Okay, I want to hear that again. We're backing that up. Duchess confirmed that the move was in 2020. I want to hear that part right there again about the online activity.
Oh.
No, it was still dark.
It was still dark, though. No, it was still dark. You're right. Was he close to any neighbors?
It's not like he would tell me he wanted to go online. When he was here, most of the time, when his phone wasn't locked down and he was here, he was watching Minecraft videos.
When his phone wasn't locked down when he was here.
On his phone. He would be watching Minecraft videos on his phone.
He'd be watching Minecraft videos on his phone.
Watching Yu-Gi-Oh on the TV and playing on his Switch.
Thank you, Malone. And that says, please tell Seth I have respect for him. The other two should have been looking like you are. I agree. Thank you for that, Paige. I appreciate that. And that's exactly, I mean, he was about to have a custody change right there. He was.
Sebastian is going to come live with me. I still have him enrolled in school and everything.
And we should have known about that.
That's something hard for me to understand unless it's not a public school that he was switching to. Most of the time you can't be enrolled in two public schools at the same time. So I'm wondering if the other program was not attached to the school and that's where he was able to enroll him, or if it was just a summer program that they let him pre-register for. Usually you have to move to the area and be unenrolled in one school, which he was currently still attending in Hendersonville. That's weird to me. That's always stood out, but that's just a me thing. Please don't read into it.
In the very beginning, in my opinion, but we didn't know that either.
That's what I'm thinking, Remy. Outside services, outside of the public.
Sebastian didn't have a lot of shoes because his feet were growing. I know that it was his tennis shoes. His tennis shoes that he did have were too small for him, and Katie told me that he needed a new pair of boots. I took him to Boot Barn. We made a nice big, thing out of that. It took him a while to find boots that he liked. Then it took him even longer to find boots that he wanted. He tried on 3 different sizes. And finally, he bought the boots that are still at his mom's house.
Good question.
The gray ones.
I don't know.
And she went and bought him a pair of tennis shoes. So he's got an old pair of tennis shoes there, a new pair of tennis shoes, a pair of boots, and then here he's got his slides and an old pair of tennis shoes that he can wear when we go fishing.
I don't know if you can answer that the way you might want to answer that. I know that there was no children at school bullying him.
Anybody told him? And if he did, he never told me about it.
So there's a possibility that he was being bullied, but if it was happening, he didn't tell Seth about it.
But my son also knew that I don't play that game. If he had told me somebody was bullying him, I'd have been at the school.
I agree. Well, good morning, Dan. Let's see. Discussion. Issues. Thank you again, Paige. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Yeah, there's some things he can't answer. He's a good dad. I mean, what vibe? I mean, you're not gonna get a bad vibe. He's answered everything that he's answered. He's answered most every question besides what he can't answer because he's been asked not to.
That's not true, Terry. And nothing against Seth, but you haven't allowed him to answer. You've answered for him, especially when it comes to things like custody situations. And maybe somebody should put you in the hot seat and ask you why you got so involved with Seth's mom and Chris's ex-wife. Maybe those would be questions you would like to be asked, because you seem to sure have a lot to say about that. But the divide is very evident here, that they continue to push that divide, that it's, team versus team, parent versus parent. It is ridiculous. And as a creator, we don't know what happened. We don't know what goes on in any other homes, truthfully.
He's not fiddle farted. He's not chased himself around anything. He's come straight out and answered them all. And I bet it.
Painting this narrative that Seth is this perfect dad is just, it makes it even odder, truthfully. It's unnecessary.
Cold Case Crystal. I've caught him a couple times when he was on YouTube watching somebody play video games. Yes. I don't know how people can do that.
Oh, wait a moment.
Yeah, they stream video games. I don't know why, but they do. I'm not going to criticize them for doing it, but I know people do that, and they do watch them. Good morning, Mr. Dan. Thank you, Apple. Let's see. Welcome back, Harms.
So Cold Case Crystal asked, was he watching YouTube videos of games? So he had access to YouTube.
They grow and stink. Oh my.
That's another important part right there.
Let's see. Does he have a concept of land navigation?
No. If anything, I tried to teach that to him. I was still trying to teach that to him. But like when he was in my truck, he would play on my phone, or we'd listen to music. And you know anything about 24 up here, sometimes you're just stuck there. I do. And every once in a while, he'd be playing, like, if traffic's taking forever, I'd put in my phone to play Call of Duty.
What?
Because I know what it's like to be stuck in traffic and like this stuff.
Yeah, 24 sucks. I ain't gonna lie. God.
Yes.
He was gonna be a full-timer. Okay, let's see.
Navigation, and when I did, what I did was landmarks. That's how I travel. Think about landmarks.
So in the beginning of this section, he said that he didn't have the best sense of direction, but Seth uses landmarks. So what I'm taking out of this part is that he was teaching him how to notice landmarks for destination of travel.
Did you miss any phone calls, and that's why you were text?
Where am I at?
Let's see.
No, Remy, I agree.
Yeah, he was going to be full timer. Let's see what else we got here.
Sebastian was supposed to come full time from summer on. I enrolled him in school and everything up here in Clarksville.
Amen. Let's see.
Okay, so he was enrolled in school in Clarksville. That's what we know now. We know it. There's stuff added to that, but we know that he was enrolled in school, and during the summer, he was supposed to go stay with Seth. They were going to try it out. Custody court stuff wasn't going to change. Seth said that in the beginning of this interview. They were just, they could make those adjustments without having to go back to court.
It's a construction site. You're talking about the one that's at the subdivision that's next to theirs? There's no security there.
Thought criminal. I had one missed phone call and a text because at work, it's a felony to have your phone inside the jail, and I was inside the jail that night.
What in the heck? He answered that no, he wasn't known to have accidents when he was with him. That's odd. That's odd. Maybe that was the dogs, maybe, because she had the pee pads and the pee tray on the train dogs.
Yeah, there's the bathroom in there.
Maybe she meant the puppies, because she said that they said that the trained puppies had the pee pads and the pee tray.
What do you mean seclusion works? That doesn't make what? What did I miss?
I'm looking.
This is
Where are
wild.
we at here?
Mr. Seth, does Sebastian have a concept of land navigation? No, he doesn't.
Okay.
I know he doesn't know how to read a compass.
I don't either. I don't either. It's bad, but I don't either.
Okay, I do.
I see one billboard.
I think that's a huge piece, though, that people should take notice of, is that he did acknowledge that Sebastian was watching gaming on YouTube. That opens up possibilities of chats on YouTube, too. So we know that there's more, according to what Seth has said, there's more options for internet activity than what initially I even thought.
I don't know, Mr. Doodlebug, or I don't know Doodlebug. There was no security guard at the construction site Tuesday. I was there until 8 o'clock in the morning.
Agreed page.
Does that answer your question, seclusion?
Seclusion. What is this? I did never see a security guard.
He had issues, Angel, using the bathroom supposedly at his mom and stepfather's house. But at my house, no. My house, you're not wearing a pull-up. You're not wearing. You're gonna. And when he would get here, the first thing I do is, hey, you need to take that nasty thing off.
Okay, so it wasn't. Let's let this play the rest of the way.
And go put on some underwear.
No.
So this is going to be speculation, but from what he said right there, in my opinion, take this for what it is. I'm not trying to, again, put my opinion on this, but what I take out of what he just said is that he had an issue with Sebastian being in incontinence underwear or briefs. And it wasn't that the situation stopped. It wasn't that he didn't have those issues. It's just that Seth had him go shower and put on regular underwear. That's something, because people have made it to, well, let's continue to listen a little bit further.
I don't want to mention his daughter. That's their thing. But if you want,
Yeah, there should be no mention of Chris's children at all in this because it had nothing to do. But again, this is her relationship with Nina that was already pre-planned out. It was 2 days after this interview that she recorded the call with Chris for Nina. 2 days after this interview that she did that, just so everybody's aware. I find that really intriguing, though, that he said chasing, yes, that nasty thing. Yeah. And he didn't say, and Sheila, yes, he said that numerous times. He didn't say that he didn't have those issues fully. He hasn't said that. That's important to note.
what did she say?
Sorry, you guys. Trigger warning.
Well, that's easy, but he hasn't kept one story straight, so somebody's got to be the Jack Ace.
The question is, why is the stepdad inserting himself like he was present and not allowing mom to respond? I never took it that way. But Terry says that his stories had changed. No, I don't believe that.
Does Sebastian understand stranger danger? Would he talk to just anybody? Or did he ever meet a stranger?
You want to answer that one? Terry,
Oh, shoot. Hold on just a moment.
good mama. Why is he not answering that?
I don't know, you know.
I'm going to speed it up again until he talks.
I don't know how old this daughter is.
I thought she was like 7, maybe, but that, yeah, I'm not. I'm like, I don't want to
Hold
get
on.
involved in that one.
And then he comes back to answer that.
Basically at his mom and stepfather's house. But at my house,
Right. Hold on. I want to hear this again. So he avoids the question of stranger danger, but then listen to what he comes back and says.
Oh, shoot. Hold on just a moment.
I don't know, you know.
Hello? Anybody there? Just fall asleep? Laura, absolutely.
I don't know how old Chris's daughter is.
He said he did not know how old Chris's daughter is.
I thought she was like 7, maybe, but that, yeah, I'm like, I don't want to get involved in that one.
You don't want to get involved in that one. You were already involved with those people at this point in time. Again, it was 2 days after this that she recorded the call for Nina of Chris.
No, Angel.
Oh, no, there.
I don't even know why they'd be mentioning Chris's minor daughter in this. Chris has chosen his words very carefully from the beginning. He said what he said, but not telling the full truth is not lying. And there's a reason he can't do the former. Absolutely, Bree. Agreed. Thank you for that too. I agree. Like, there's things that they can't talk about. There's things that they shouldn't talk about.
It looks like he left. They're making it seem like he left all of his shoes behind. Like, that's the strangest thing. And
What?
as a kid, like he said that when he kicked that fire ant mount, he wasn't going without shoes ever again. This breaks my heart right there, man. I agree. I agree, Karen.
I have. That was the first time that I've ever heard of somebody three-waying law
I'm
enforcement.
sorry, he's right. I agree with you. I agree with you on that. I totally agree with you on that one. I do.
So again, I need to remind everybody that Chris was in Memphis at the time that they called. So if he would have called 911, it would have directed to the Memphis 911 dispatch and then had to be routed from there. So they avoided that by calling the sheriff's number to get to dispatch locally, because I'm sure Katie was an absolute wreck. That doesn't, again, my opinion, but doesn't seem odd. But Seth is even not being transparent of what would have happened then and there.
I agree with that.
I find that odd.
I'm sorry, Kat. I was down in southern, in San Diego, and that's pretty much where I was for 9 years. About as far north as I ever went was Bakersfield.
Bakersfield. Is that California?
Yeah.
With your experience in law enforcement, is it normal to get a through phone call? Oh my gosh.
He was in 9th grade. He was getting ready to go to 10th grade next year. He just needs.
And again, they're misrepresenting that he was law enforcement instead of a correctional officer. I know under Tennessee, I get that they are still considered law enforcement, but there's a big difference between a patrol officer, an investigator, and a correctional officer. That misrepresentation has been consistent up to this point.
Needed to finish 9th grade this year, C-Star.
Oh gosh, Paige. If I could answer that, I would answer that in a heartbeat. When he's not here, I'll give my opinion. I'll just tell my opinion straight out, but I would never disrespect anybody.
What did I miss? Is Apple President asked a question, and he said it was very unusual about my response.
No, she's saying that you responded, and well, you should have did a period and very unusual. About it's about urination.
About the, I don't understand.
Not from you. Not from you.
No, I'm saying I didn't have the problems with him here. He would get up in the middle of the night and go use the bathroom.
He would wake up in the middle of the night and go use the bathroom. But how do you know that? Because you were working overnight. You explained that in the beginning of this interview. He would leave to go to work. So how?
The only problem I had was, hey, you should flush. And I understand that it's nighttime, because he'd walk in there and not turn on the light.
I'm not laughing because it's not funny, but.
Oh, it's not funny when you walk in because you wear socks and you step in something and it's Now you've got to take your socks off. Which I would make him go clean up his mess too. You make a mess, you clean it up.
No, listen,
Why would okay, I gotta point this out. I'm sorry, it's gonna offend some of you. And again, this isn't being biased, this is just being factual. So please take it for what it is. But people have constantly said that Seth and Katie talk about Sebastian in such a disparaging way. Seth right here is absolutely saying things that don't need to be known, like accidents on the floor. That is not necessary information. And if you want to talk about disparaging your child, there you go. I'm sorry, but
I know how that is. I did have a daughter, or one that had. She listen.
bothers
At a
me.
certain age, I said no more pull-ups, and I was like, I'm prayerful, but you know what? That little girl would crawl in bed with me, and if you've ever rolled over and oh my god, and you're really warm. Oh gosh.
Back to the bed and sleep with me until I want to say 6.
Well,
And it's just like, oh no. You don't have to hover on it for that sort of stuff. Mine doesn't. Right? Let's not do that on top of the pillow top, okay?
it's horrible. It's hell, and I'm sorry I had to say
And talk about it, inappropriate comments. Jesus.
that, but it's the facts, and it was bad. Whew. Listen, that's what I was getting at, Napa. I was warm, and I wrote over edge of the cold. It was bad. It was really bad. So be glad. Be kind of glad. It's not the best thing to do, and I thought, man, at 7 when it finally was over, I was glad.
Well, all you people in North California, I was stuck in South California. So I wish I could have had that experience.
Well, they love California. Hello, Sweet War. Let's see what greatest passion does he like school? He appears to like school. Does he not like it? He likes school, doesn't he?
Well, for the most part, he did. I mean, he didn't like homework, okay?
Oh, I mean, who does? I mean, I never liked homework. I mean, please. I never did.
They thought it was weird. I didn't mind homework. It gave me something to do after school.
We'll get to that.
Oh,
I know I'm weird.
hello, Sweet Cat's Rule. I just did not like homework. What's Sebastian at school? Are you talking about on the Friday before that Monday? Nurse Trixie?
He was at the school Friday before that Sunday or Monday morning, yes.
Is that I was going to say? I think that was that was spoken into because I mean I've said, and if you listen to any of the stuff that I've said in the past streams that I've done, I've given what I feel, and I'm standing by what I feel, and I'm not gonna back away from it.
So obviously she's once again explaining that she has a bias, heavy bias already at this point in time. We can see that it's very apparent.
Blue eyes, dumpling. Can I ask a question about going on with Chris McDonough? I don't know who that is.
I don't know who is this. Chris McDonough?
Chris McDonough, the expert.
I don't know them. I always trust my gut. Nurse Trixie, I trust my gut to the core being, and when I don't, I'm always in trouble for not doing it. So I trust my gut, and I think my gut's on the spot. I'm not going to back away from that. Well, I think
Once again, leading the conversation.
that what I feel and didn't want it to be, it is my gut.
Well, your gut probably could be shifted that way too, because you were having private interaction with Robin, who we know very early on dislikes Chris, didn't want anybody referring to him as dad, stepdad, anything besides Katie's husband. That was her first thing she wanted. And you were also in communication with Nina. So
What I feel like.
I mean, I'm not saying there's not a valid reason for it.
speaker.
Miss Dean, Miss Terry Dean. It's just, to me, it's unusual. I mean, a child's missing. I've never heard a three-way done. Like, I haven't heard the 911 call.
I've
Or-
never heard of a three-way one done that you look up. I have never heard of one where you're no. My first instinct is not to call anyone but 911. You know,
I have to disagree. Kyle would have been the first call I made.
if I'm coming out of a bedroom that's right there, I'm going to walk by that kitchen, correct? He didn't get his breakfast. He's not in the room, and I'm going making my rounds right back. I mean, what am I going to do? I'm actually probably going to call 911. That's I'm not going to worry about calling somebody else. I'm going to call the number that needs to be called.
No, Cold Cake, my understanding, he was not scared of the dark. But then again, he does have a flashlight in his room. So that way, you know.
I mean, that's, yeah. And the time, I mean, if that was at 6 o'clock and that call come into dispatch at 6:38, 6:39, that's a big discrepancy there.
What?
From my understanding, his glasses were not missing. Seclusion worked.
From his understanding, that's important to note too. From his understanding, his glasses were not missing. But then Seth magically finds glasses a while later after this interview. I think it was after this interview, if I'm correct in my timeline. I need to check dates on that. Why is everything answered from my understanding? Oh, this is hard.
The side by side. What are we talking about? The side by side. I'm confused about the side by side. Somebody covered the side by side. Let's see. Welcome, Casserole. What behavioral panelist?
Okay, just so everybody knows, this was March 18th, and the clarification by law enforcement that they were not his glasses came out on April 3rd, Wednesday, April 3rd, that the glasses found were not his. So let me see if it says, it doesn't say what date they found the glasses, but they did confirm on Wednesday, February 3rd, that the glasses were not his, just so everybody knows.
Oh, yeah. They could, bring
Okay.
another crew in.
I haven't watched it yet, Karen.
Yes.
I'm sorry.
Yes.
Oh, honey, I'm so sorry.
But he said on March 18th that to his understanding or to his knowledge, the glasses were not missing. But then there was a pair of glasses that were found that got turned in, and law enforcement confirmed on April 3rd that they were not his.
My nephew has.
Yeah.
He is autistic and he's nonverbal. And that's something that, my mom and I talked about that last night, and this kind of scared her a lot. Yeah. Well, what did they think about the tapping? I'm just curious. I'm not going to watch them because I've seen enough. Because I won't agree with it.
No, from my understanding, his glasses were with him.
Wait, what? Wait, what? Did anybody else hear that? Okay, did I hear it wrong the first time? We need to go back. I don't know how far back that was. Hold on.
No, cold cake. My understanding, he was not scared of the dark.
Okay.
But then again, he does have a flashlight in his room, so that way, you know.
Sorry, we're listening to it again.
I mean, that's, yeah. And the time, I mean, if that was at 6 o'clock and that call come into dispatch at 6:38, 6:39, that's a big discrepancy there.
From my understanding, his glasses were not missing. Seclusion worked.
From his understanding, the glasses were not missing or with. Let's see if we can. Let's see. 351.54 is where that is.
No, cold cake. My understanding, he was not scared of the dark. But then again, he does have a flashlight in his room, so that way, you know.
I mean, that's, yeah. And the time, I mean, if that was at 6 o'clock and that call come into dispatch at 6:38, 6:39, that's a big discrepancy there.
From my understanding, his glasses were not missing. Seclusion worked.
We're not missing. Seclusion works. Okay. We're not. Yep.
The side by side. What are we talking about? The side by side. I'm confused about the side by side. Somebody covered the side by side. Let's see.
Hey, Kay. Maybe it's just the way he's saying it. Yeah.
Welcome, Cat's Rule. What behavioral panelist? Oh, yeah. They could, yeah, bring
Okay.
another crew in.
I haven't watched it yet, Karen. I'm sorry.
Oh, honey, I'm so sorry. My nephew has, I mean, he is autistic and he's nonverbal. And that's something that, you know,
Yeah. Hard to hear.
my mom and I talked about that last night, and
It's got
this kind of scared her a lot. Yeah. Well, what did they think about the tapping? I'm just curious.
the top.
I'm not gonna watch them because I've seen enough. Because I won't agree with it.
No, from my understanding, his glasses were with him.
From his understanding, the glasses were with him. So 351, he says the glasses were not missing. And then at 354, he says, to his understanding, the glasses were with him. Huh.
Their story never is consistent.
Kara,
They stopped reading from a script, in my opinion, in the bushes. That's my opinion, anyways. This is not his opinion, it's mine. I've said this from the go when they started doing these little things. They're reading some scripted stuff. But the tapping and stuff like that, and the looking down with the eyes, A lot of stuff is shady to me. And that's
And just a reminder to everybody before anybody gets stuck on this glasses conversation, the glasses that were eventually found were confirmed on April 3rd to not be Sebastian's.
I could have read that better. And their story's not the same story. We've added BJ's, Costco's, dates changed, everything's changed. There's a lot of things that
Dates changed?
changed.
No.
Story should
No.
be consistent. The same.
No, Janice, his wallet was there.
Let's see. Speeches, a key ring stuff.
Thank you, Doctor.
Mm-mm.
This is weird.
Yeah, I'd have to disagree on it. Let's see. Story has changed. Remember, Costco's changed from, was it Saturday? Wait, it changed to Saturday when it was Sunday, and BJ's got added in. And samples is the reason they go there, because he likes to eat the samples.
This is so odd. Sorry, guys. This is like pulling teeth.
That's odd. He said that he had a lazy eye. I don't think he can answer that, Harmony.
Answer what?
Let me get down there to that.
I believe he had I believe his vision was nearsighted.
Let me get down.
I know he had the lazy eye, and I know his vision wasn't 20/20 anymore.
That right there.
I'm looking. Where is it?
Does the mother and stepfather have a close relationship with any officers or detectives around?
I don't know.
Answer that one.
So the original answer that he gave to do they have relationships is he doesn't know.
He's more than trying. He is controlling a lot of things. And from the beginning, he's controlled a lot of stuff. I've watched that. He's very controlling. And that's just my opinion. Again, it's my opinion. I'm not speaking for him. I'm speaking just for myself. What man would stay up all night on Facebook?
Damn, he works nights. People that rotate shifts stay in a consistent pattern for work.
And people to argue with and answer questions and he's arguing with these people.
Isn't it ironic though, the person that does lives throughout the middle of the night anyways?
And I'm not laughing because it's funny. I'm laughing because I'm like, what the heck are you doing?
It is so
weird. And to me, it is weird. It's odd. You don't do that. I would think that you would not be able to sleep because you're distraught, you're upset, and you're trying to help, console your wife. Yeah, things like that. Okay,
This one is for the Wanda life. Yeah, Naruto is one of his favorite animes.
Oh gosh. Okay, this cat's got to see everybody, so he has to do this every night.
It's his ninja way. Right now, my ninja way is to find my son.
So his ninja way is to find his son. So it still sounds Seth is hopeful at this point in time. I want to make that clear.
I told him, I said, anytime you're ready, if any more questions.
Yeah, he liked anime.
Whenever he's done.
Not too bad.
To me, he sounds tired too.
That's a big old cat.
How is Sebastian's coordinations? Any challenges with with gross motor skills?
He did when he was younger, but through therapy and like video games is a real good one. Hand-eye coordination.
So the question was about fine gross motor skills, and he said when he was younger he did, but between therapy. So once again, acknowledging that he was in therapy for anything that he had going on, and then he also says that video games helped the hand-eye coordination.
He has to be exhausted.
I love
This cat thinks every time that this thing is on, he's got to be with it. Say, you want to tell me hi?
this is so hard to listen.
Say, hello. Say, Mr. Seth, I'm here to see y'all. So you got to stay healthy, Mr. Seth. You want to tell him, Kevin?
Hey, kitty.
Kevin, he's talking to you.
She's like, cat's like, I don't care. You're supposed to pet me.
Kevin, tell him. Say, Mr. Seth, my name's King Kevin, and I'm a pamper. See me? Yeah, you're a good boy.
Kim, were you in here when he said that he was on YouTube watching gamers? I don't know if you were in here or not when that was said, but we did learn that he had access to YouTube. He was watching video games being played on YouTube.
Okay. Say, you gotta be keeping your rest up. So you gotta be getting healthy and eating. Say, have you eaten today, sir?
I have gold case crystal. Why did I say if he's outside your home, do not let him in your home? Because you don't want to be a suspect right now. If he's in your home, you become prime suspect number one. If you see him outside your home, you need to call 911. You know, get him something to drink, get him something to eat. You know,
Don't let him out of your sight.
please don't let him out of your sight.
Yeah, don't let him out of your sight.
Call 911 because the policeman will take him into custody and they will take him to a hospital where they can evaluate and make sure that he is physically, mentally, and, you know, good. They will make sure they will do a medical evaluation over him to make sure that he's fine. And then they will literally, nobody will be able to see him until they clear him except police.
He's honest about that. And yes. Yes.
I'm gonna leave that alone. I've never heard do not bring them in your home if they're like, if somebody's running. Let me just give a hypothetical here. This is not in regards to this situation at all, but if there's somebody running from somebody else and you open your door and call, I don't know. That's
Was it Navy?
walking away.
Yeah, both of them were Navy. One was a red phone, the other was a green shirt.
What?
How are your parents? I'm gonna say his mama's a pistol. I'm gonna let you speak. I mean, I'll play it once he's laid himself down. I will replay what his mom had to say, and she spoke very clear. The one's coming down. I'm not gonna have you on here on camera, honey. Let's see what we got here.
I don't know what though.
Yes, he needs to be eating. Let's see. Yes.
The anime character that he's talking about is from the manga series. That's my little one's favorite character also. They're in the manga series.
Doodlebug. Oh. Let's see. For those with children, okay. Oh gosh. If you realize that your child was missing when you first thought, 911 after I screamed. If you want my opinion, yes.
Oh. Thank you, Duchess.
I mean, my first is I'm gonna seize up. I'm gonna probably go into an anxiety attack. That's probably what I'll do, and then hit the 911. Honest.
This is so odd. Sorry. I'm just going to say it.
And that's just me. That's what I do.
They're not helping me with my searches, but I have to call and let them know wherever I go because I'm by myself most of the time. If I'm not by myself, then I don't have to call them.
Come on, Teddy. Correct, Karen.
And books.
What, buddy?
Yes, thank you.
Mm-mm. No, sir. Come on.
No, I didn't stop anyone. I wasn't there.
Yeah, I have no idea about that.
Look at the comment on the screen.
I would agree. None of them are him. They should be. Yes. I would slam up on some 911. I just would want the help immediately. That's just me, though.
I think in one of the upcoming interviews that Seth did, and I think it was on Pascal's, that they talk about, I didn't even know there was adult type content online. So it's really interesting. It'll be interesting to see the difference in some of these as we go. Thank you again, Janice, for that. Thank you, Duchess, for the information on the green shirt, red phone stuff.
Yes, Eco Search is here.
Are the Texas people here, though? Are the ones from Texas here from EchoSearch?
I believe so. I believe they're here, and so is the one from.
Again, the date of this interview is March 18th, and he's saying that EchoSearch is there.
She's got a 931 number. That's the Eco Search Midwest chapter.
Okay.
Okay. So we know the time frame that they were around.
Is anyone about Sebastian? Do you like this school ended? I'm going to say that's a question for him to answer. That one.
From my understanding, everybody was in agreement with it.
What?
And I would think at a certain age, him being 15.
I believe it's 13 in the state of Tennessee.
Here, I think it's around. It's either 12 or 13 that you can choose which parent that you want to reside with. Let's see. What does it say? The neighbor said what? Oh God! Wait, what? Oh my. Well, those homes are.
It's so inaudible in sections, and there's a lot of mumbling, and it's really frustrating because you're like, what? Where'd that come from?
Are pretty smack on top of one another. I wonder if they heard a lot of things. Be interesting to know. That's just my opinion. Do they know if any footage has been pulled around the areas, the back, the sides, that could have anything telling that you might know about or know?
No, they haven't told me. I know that they did footage, that they're branching out farther to do more footage, but I haven't been informed of anything.
Those homes are not that far apart, C. Taylor, not to me. I think they're like, what is it, 0.27, the lot size?
Clary, thank you.
I'm pretty sure it's 0.27. I believe. It's a pretty good smack in there. How thoroughly? Oh. Do you know how greatly the neighborhood was searched? Let's see.
Supposedly, they went everywhere, and then they went door to door.
But they didn't search inside anyone's homes.
Not from what I understand, which been taking dogs, people's doors. I don't know if she did or not. I mean, 30 minutes isn't a long time to do anything.
And because I think they got that call in 38 or 39 minutes that morning. I would have been screaming.
So he confirms that the dogs went with the dog, or the canines went with the canine handlers to the neighbor's Terry. I squint so bad when I'm trying to like make out what's being said. I don't want to incorrectly, even the glasses thing. I was like, am I hearing this wrong?
It's Karen. I've got to set a logo for everybody would have known. Yeah, they searched the storm drains.
Storm drains were searched, he confirms.
See, they had the bloodhounds out. I know that. They did have the horses. They did have some divers that were out. Let's see.
Divers, horses, and bloodhounds.
How would you feel about Nug, who is expert water explorer, come down for a waterway check? I don't know Nug. Do you know Nug?
I don't. But if anybody wants to come help search, I appreciate it.
Yeah, I don't know Nug.
Hard as hell. Arctic, yes.
Relying a lot on humanity to help me find my son.
Relying a lot on humanity to find his son.
I think that he's gonna, anybody that has any, I'm gonna say anything that can help anybody, he's open. I think that he's saying he'll take all the resources that he can get. Here,
there's a lot of volunteer searchers now because that's pretty much the majority of it is.
What he said, yeah. They do have like the sign out that does say, you know, please search your land. And it does have his picture is on the sign at Beach House.
That's actually still being requested. If you are local to Hendersonville, Tennessee, or even in surrounding areas, it is still being requested that you search your property twice a day. Outbuildings, anything on your property, any cliffs, edges, anything like that, during daytime hours and nighttime. It is still being requested. That is, he's still missing.
School, and it does say that he's missing. So, you know, that right there is there. And of course, people are doing that. And I'm sure people are still searching their land.
Hey, David.
Miss Culver, Sebastian liked heavy equipment, and there was heavy equipment over there.
What's the interview with the mom? It would have had to have been with the mom and the stepfather, I guess. I don't know. I have no clue.
Kathy, that I'm not 100% positive on. I'll try to go back and see if I can figure out exactly how they met.
I'm local.
I believe that was the house that's directly behind them.
Are you talking about, hold on.
Goodness,
Let me see. Are you talking about the one that they got the footage from, or I mean, I do have some pictures, but I'm not going to make of what was suspected. Well, that's been ongoing. I can't listen to that stuff. That has been ongoing, and that's what's digging holes. Kevin, what, buddy? Let's see. What do they say? If you're, I think I know what you're thinking of.
Yeah, this is so frustrating, you all. I'm sorry. It really is. Whiskey's doing great. I posted a couple of pictures of him, and yes, he's staying. Wendy, thank you so much. Yeah, it's really interesting, though. I appreciate that. Wendy says, thank you so much for providing this stream. It's been helpful to clear up and confirm issues. I appreciate that. Unfortunately, though, hey, David, it's so hard to hear some of this. It really is hard to understand what's being said. All the different it's really hard to understand. Kiki's a pain in the butt. The orange one's Kiki. That's my
I can't listen. They did say that early in the very beginning about that construction area. I know if you're talking about the construction area that is right there, it's the new construction is by that subdivision. Is that what they're talking about, Seth?
The one to the right of their subdivision, yeah.
Yes, that is. I thought that they have to be. Okay. There is no security over there. They did say that there was a scent, but I don't know. I don't know what changed. If you do, you know more than I do. Because they said two different things. They said that the scent stopped out, right at the front door, and then
This was March 18th. I don't have the date in front of me on the Cajun Navy. I can probably find it again. We'll find out as we go. I want to say, I'll look and see if I can find the exact date.
said the stuff about the construction area. So I really don't know on that. And unless he knows, I don't know on that one. That's a hard one there because it doesn't make sense to me.
You want to say
What he can't do. He is a brave man. Fish is a good guy tonight. Fish, I'm proud of you tonight, buddy. Seth, you're a brave man to come on publicly like this. I have teens and I know exactly what you're thinking. I don't know how you're holding it together, sir. Thank you, Fish. Thank you. Because he knows he's telling the truth.
Hey, KR. You said Katie said Sebastian growled at her when he was upset. Was that like lately or what?
That's new news.
That's interesting. Yes, this is 11 hours long. This live stream is, but he will be off in like 30 minutes. But the first 5 hours, yes.
I've not heard that either. This is new to me. That's never been brought up either. This has gotten crazy.
The one that was done today on Chronicles of Olivia.
So now he's growled at us. See, just
Wonder if that was. Yeah, but were they talking about it right before this happened?
two. What the heck? This is nuts. It's been a campaign, I reckon, huh? It is very. Thank you, and I agree, beautiful butterfly. I honestly agree. That's the first of my knowledge. Are you aware of this ongoing thing here?
Well, that's what I'm trying to find out if they were. Okay, no, just saying he does that when angry. He hasn't done that in years.
Interesting.
And on his anger. Working on and with his anger since we noticed an anger problem.
I had a daughter that hissed when she was 3. But she outgrew that.
Yeah, I mean Sebastian.
I'm proud too. I can't say she didn't, but she might have. But why?
I mean Sebastian would growl when we had dogs and he got angry.
I just don't understand why are we bringing that. Why would she bring? I don't understand this whole thing. Why would she bring that to light now? Interesting. Get him in like a bear hug. Hey, did you ever have to do anything like this with the bear hug and hold him down?
Never had to.
See, there's a difference in parenting. I do believe in. That's just my opinion. Again, she heard something at 10 p.m. but didn't check on him. That's the first I'd heard of that as well. It's ridiculous.
I feel like they're trying to paint our son in a bad light.
He says, I feel like they're trying to paint our son in a bad light.
I think you're right.
There you go.
Yeah, I think that is not true, though. I don't believe that was his current behavior. I think that the school
How would you know, Terry Lynn? How would you know? Why are you answering these questions? How would you know? You don't know these folks, or do you?
People could have actually validated that right there, if that were the case. And I just think that more things will come
This is sped up to 1.25.
out in the long run, and I think truth always will prevail. Really? That's odd, because in that prior interview that she had done, she said that everything was fine. They had no, no arguments or no anything. Everything was good that day and that night. If you remember, the stories have now changed to 3 or 4 different stories. That's not normal. The story should always be the same. So that's a new thing right there.
I mean,
What?
I mean, I remember when he was younger, and he would get frustrated a whole lot when he was younger.
Most kids do.
You know, but working with him on
I just understand why. Did he have can you ever answer this question? Did he have a therapist that you know of?
Yeah, he did. He had 2 of them.
Okay. Yeah, 2 therapists. That's important. That's an important detail.
There's nothing wrong with that.
Well, I take
C-star. That's my point.
He didn't have 2, but he had a psychologist that he went to, and they're the ones that had the therapist coming to see him. But we were also trying to get him ABA therapy as well.
Wait, he had somebody come into his home to see him?
And we hadn't got him started on the ABA therapy. So he had the one doctor that he saw that was for medication, and then the therapist that they would send to the house, I think twice a week.
Okay, so that's important. That's a big piece of information right there. So again, Katie was getting him, and he was enrolled in programs to help him. That's a big piece of information. Super common. Sorry.
No, I don't, Butter.
What is Butter at?
I agree, Kelly. I agree.
Depends on if you consider a gecko.
Daisy, thank you. Daisy says for the drink you're going to need after this. I don't drink, but I do enjoy the green. So thank you.
I don't see anything wrong with the grumbling under his breath growls. Sorry, I don't.
That's important, though. Those are important details, you guys. Because it's been misconstrued on more recent interviews that he wasn't getting any assistance whatsoever, and Katie was doing nothing to help. And we've heard, oh, come here, show that one now. Sorry, it's like a revolving door of animals and kids, and this is the smooshers. That's just Mushers. Then Luna's up here too. We got all of the crew. Kiki's in here. 3 of the 5 are in here. Okay. There's Luna. It's like rotating cat. You gonna say hi to him too, or are you just showing cats?
Hello.
Squirrel is right, Lippy. Welcome to my house.
Good question.
I know, Layla.
I don't know if he cursed.
And they
Some
left him all
15-year-olds do curse, I will say.
I didn't have a problem as long as he didn't do it in front of women.
Some curse. Just saying. Some will curse. Some kids do.
Saying, I told him I didn't have a problem because don't do it at school, don't do it in front of your mama, and really don't do it in front of your grandma.
Okay, so he didn't have a problem if Sebastian cussed. Just don't do it at school in front of your mom or your grandma.
So now it's an hour after she went to bed. Yep, sure did. Good week.
Marcy, right?
So there wasn't, and now all of a sudden we're growling and we're having to hold him down. That's odd. Story changed. That's my question. So now she hollered and told him, okay, gotcha. So that wasn't what she said prior.
Come here. That's Luna.
I don't think she has it to that camera. Yeah, the truth doesn't change, but a lot of lies. Wow, I didn't know that either. I don't know anything about that. And I agree with this. That is not how you're going to speak about your child when they're missing.
I don't have any information. So I lost myself from where I'm at and living.
The bowling alley? I don't know who would have followed him from the bowling alley. Yep, he wants to find his son. Let's see, I didn't see anything on there for that. Let's see. I've heard him say that. Two dogs. They only had the two dogs, correct?
Yeah, he had already gotten rid of the snakes, but there was 2 dogs and Sebastian had a gecko.
I do not know. Well, the same way he said he would answer any of the questions, any hard questions, and he said you'll have to ask law enforcement. They're speaking for us. That's what he said. See if we got any more.
Yeah, he said he had a gecko. I don't know if he's talking about currently, if he was talking about in the past. He said he had 2 dogs and a gecko.
Yeah, I'm not going to give any of the negative stuff. No.
Impasta, they didn't. They didn't. If you've listened to any of the stories, they didn't. Seth got kicked off of base because of confronting the therapist and not being happy with the therapist that he was seeing right after. That's not true. We don't know if there was emotional abuse or not. You have your opinions, but we don't know factually. Facts are important.
Any more questions? Let's see. We got any?
Not your opinions.
I can't. Oh my goodness. I didn't know that.
Sorry. Again, all of your opinions are fine, but they don't change the facts of the story. And factually, we don't know what goes on in those homes. And many of you have developed these extreme opinions based on misinformation and stuff that has been spoke about, openly talked about by numerous people. And it's so unfair to continue to paint a narrative against people that is just not factually accurate. When you listen to even Seth, he confirms that Sebastian was getting help. Katie is who reported what happened in California and got him the help. Seth wasn't happy with it.
We'll get that on me.
Oh, there isn't.
Do you know why they're being so secretive about the medications, sir?
I have no idea.
This is, I have no idea. I wouldn't be secretive.
And Impasta, it's not just you, but misinformation and rumors have developed an entire layer of complete speculation and rumors that are running rampant. And you can see it in the chat. Like, people think all of these things happened that did not happen. People are still quoting this fake ass neighbor as though it was factual. None of that information. I heard somebody else say something about the pressure hose the other day. They don't even own a pressure washer, y'all.
About anything. I'd be screaming from the rooftop from my chest.
I wish I could get the cat.
Do you know his shoe size? He bought him boots. His feet were growing. They should share a lot more than they have shared. They were out on their motorcycle, correct? Have you mentioned anything about Asperger's at all, Seth?
I haven't.
Okay. Do you know if he was tested for it?
When it came back from Vanderbilt that he was on the scale, all the stuff they told us to read about was all about Asperger's.
Okay, it's not referred to as Asperger's anymore. The name changed, just so everybody understands that.
Cat, to answer your question, it's because they're free and they can shoot off fireworks.
What?
I pray it's the same, Claudia.
We're almost there. We're getting there. Hey, Wendy.
It's 10 and a half in the bushes. Yes, it's tested for.
Come on. So that's 10 and a half. Come on.
I'm sorry.
I've got this cat that wants to be on here so bad. You can't. Let's see. So, okay. Yes, please keep sharing. Y'all,
All right. No,
questions, because I think he needs to sleep and he needs to eat. You do need to do those things and take care of yourself. Really, you do. And I appreciate you hanging in here and answering the hard questions, because you have answered some tough things, but you got a lot of things. You got a lot of things, but you've done a great, amazing job hanging in here, and I'm thanking you for doing this.
Okay, last interruption. And now you'll see 4 out of the 5. Here's the baby. Here's the baby. Look at the baby's belly. Look at his markings on his belly. Where are you going? Oh, I sit in my lap. All your friends are in here. All your friends are in here, little guy. Say hi. Say hi to your friends over here. Say hi, friends. Say hi. There's a whiskey update. There's a whiskey update. He's like, look at all this stuff.
We don't even know if it's good.
Look at all this stuff in here that I can get into. There you go. The best part of the stream has arrived. There's the baby. There's the baby. Okay, back to this. I think you've seen all of them now.
And you are matter, absolutely. And you have a lot of people on your team. And like they say right there, let me see. Welcome, D. Smith. Yes, Seth, you are admired, and a lot of folks wish they could give you a hug that would make you feel better, even just for a minute. Facts. So you're not alone. You're not alone. Yes, he's got to take care of himself. He needs to eat. Yeah.
He's answered like 12 questions, really. I mean, in the big picture of things, we've heard a lot of information that's not relevant to Sebastian being missing or details about Sebastian in 5 hours. 5 hours.
Yeah, I'm gonna let him. I want him to get rest. I'd rather him get rest than to continue to listen to any of this, and I'll play it. But I want him to take himself to get. He needs to eat, take care of himself, and rest, or he's not going to be good for Sebastian. You're not listening, are you?
Nope.
I didn't think so. Mm-hmm. He does follow that page. That is correct.
We're going to speed it up. If there's something important, I'll slow it down and rewind, but I got to get through this. This is giving me a headache, and we still got about 27 minutes to go.
What's Sebastian and life insurance?
Oh, there is an important piece right there. I mean, doesn't necessarily matter to a lot of people, but I think it's important in correcting information.
He needs to sleep and he needs to eat. You do need to do those things and take care of yourself. Really, you do. And I appreciate you hanging in here and answering the hard questions, because you have answered some tough things, but you got a lot of things. You got a lot of things.
Here you go.
But you've done a great, amazing job hanging in here, and I'm thanking you for doing this. And you are admired, absolutely. And you have a lot of people on your team. And like they say right there, let me see. Welcome, D. Smith. Yes, Seth, you are admired, and a lot of folks wish they could give you a hug that would make you feel better, even just for a minute. Facts. So you're not alone. You're not alone. Yes, he's got to take care of himself. He needs to eat. Yeah, I'm going to let him. I want him to get rest. I'd rather him get rest than to continue to listen to any of this, and I'll play it. But I want him to take himself to get. He needs to eat, take care of himself, and rest, or he's not going to be good for Sebastian. You're not listening, are you?
Nope.
I didn't think so. Mm-hmm.
Oh my God, if you look at that freaking chat over there and some of the things that are being said, it's disgusting.
He does follow that page. That is correct.
What's Sebastian and life insurance? What is that?
Oh, do you mean did he have life insurance? Does he have life insurance? I don't think he's old enough to have a job. Wait a minute.
The question, in all fairness, the question was asked, was Sebastian in life insurance? That's how it's stated.
Yes. Have you eaten today?
I have.
Okay, yes.
I had a sausage biscuit earlier.
It's not eating. Not really eating. Let's see.
Yeah, I have insurance on my son. I bought him the Gerber grow up plan when he was like 2.
So he says, yes, he has insurance on his son. He bought him the Gerber grow up plan when he was like 2.
I had a pot of coffee today.
A pot?
Huh? What?
A pot?
Pot of coffee? Yeah.
Oh my God. Hello, Sassy Susie. Yes, I did see where he was on that. You are correct. Light and sound. Absolutely in the bushes. He can't, but he's still going. I tried. Told him he needed to go to sleep. He needed to eat and rest. Yes, you do take out life insurance policies on your children. Absolutely.
Yeah, it doubles when he turns 18 and the price doesn't go up.
Mhm. Oh, I don't. You got to jump through. Oh my goodness, you got to jump through a lot of hoops to get to Seth.
I have PR people and I have a sister.
You got to jump through hoops to get to Seth.
So on March 18th, he says that he has PR people at that point in time.
It's a fact. And I'm not laughing. It's not funny, but it is a little funny. But yes, you have to really jump through some hoops. I'm like, oh my gosh, you kind of do.
That's weird.
You got better luck getting a hold of the president than you do me.
That's kind of true.
But at least I know where I'm at.
True. But yeah, he's not lying on that one. I doubt you're going to get a number to the manager. Good luck with that one.
Well, first you have to join the Facebook page, and then you have to ask one of the moderators which moderator's in charge, and then you have to private message them, and if she approves it, she'll send it to me.
If she approves it, she'll send it to me. So the Facebook page. So first you have to join a Facebook page, which I'm assuming was JLR's Facebook page. Potentially. I'm not sure. I don't know if he says, but then you have to message him.
And then it may take a hot while. Thank you, Nurse Trixie, and thank you for being here.
I'm going to be quiet. That's
Yeah,
what
you're gonna go out a window, Samantha.
Brianna asked, does anyone else remember the hell Lindsay Neiman caught when she said she had insurance on Kylie? Guess it's okay now, huh? Which it always was. Yeah. Oh, shocking. Was it Michaela? Does it happen to be Michaela?
Sweet dreams, Nurse Trixie. Were Sebastian's windows? You know, somebody one of them brought the windows up. I don't remember who it was. And I don't even remember why they were brought up, to be honest. That was the first they had actually been brought up. It was odd. If he knows, then he's going to be able to answer that one. I don't have an answer for that. Do you have an answer for the window?
His bedroom windows were locked.
Okay, so they have blocks on there. Wanda, I think that he's going to be. They're both going to be on vacation. I believe. I think both of them are going on vacation.
Brianna, thank you, by the way, if I didn't say thank you.
I think they're going to go see their nanny and papa.
This is weird.
Wait a minute. Is Karen? Did I talk to Karen? No, I don't think. Did I talk to Karen?
Yeah.
I
No,
did.
you talked to my sister.
Wait. Hold on.
You talked to my sister.
Okay, because I thought, wait a minute. Did I? I can't keep up. I just can't keep up.
But they're both moderators.
I thought, wait a minute. Okay, I did. Okay, I talked to your. Okay.
Who's Karen? Anybody know who Karen is? Heard that name yet?
Let's see. Yes, the GoFundMe is on my community wall. I'm going to leave it there. And I can't tell how long he's going to be out of work because he's busy looking for his child. And he's actually doing that. And if you can, you know what? $2 helps. $3 helps. 50 cents. Anything is something. And it's much appreciated. Let's see. School. What? You mean has the school? Has the school? What are they asking here? Who chose Sebastian's name? It's a strong name.
I did. I named my son Sebastian, Wayne, Drake, Rogers. All four of them came to me.
I did like that. I agree, Kathy, USA. Maybe that hurt me, but don't you with my
So right there, he says that he named him, which we find out too later on down the road. There's more to it, or he adds more to it.
kids. That's the truth. That is a factual truth. It's
The
his
only
name
thing
is
for my kid.
Karen S.
it's a strong name.
This is all interesting. Oh, sorry, y'all. I'm over on the other window looking at these comments. Can you see me scrolling over there? That's Jaden's mama. Huh. Huh. She was on Queen Bee's when they were out there. Yeah, she has. Yeah. Sorry, I was on the other page looking at the comments. Interesting. She's been on Queen Bee's when she was out there searching. And then JLR acted like he had no clue what was going on. Meanwhile, Jaden's mom is a mod for that. I got questions. I got lots of questions right here. Lots of fucking questions.
It's a beautiful name. It's a cherry
Huh.
punch. I like the peach as long as it's still hot and I can have vanilla ice cream with it. I believe in crowdsourcing. I'm going to be honest. I do believe in crowdsourcing. Now, if you're throwing out some like really off the wall stuff, listen, that's crazy pants. I'm not going to sit and listen to that. But if you make some sense about it and I can understand what you're saying and we can crowdsource, because that's some of the best ways that you can actually solve something is by crowdsourcing, to be honest.
Oh, that one's not JLR's group. So there's another one. So holy shit, how much confusion. It's not JLR's group. Okay. So not JLR's group. So there's another one that Seth's sister and Karen and those guys are in. Jaden is the one. Yes. Imposter. Yep. Was the one that the repent Chris Proudfoot guy was out there arguing with. That really blows my mind though. Oh, okay. I'll get through this and then I'll speak on it, because what the fuck, man? I got questions. Yeah, I see it right here.
You know what? And I said I'd speak about that. He can stay that way. I don't care.
He was upset that my
It's this group. It's this group on the screen. I just clicked the link. It's this group right here. Finding Sebastian Rogers, no speculation or theories. Oh, two largest groups, and JLR was out there, and then the second one is ran by Seth's sister. Yeah. Fuck, oh dear. Why is this so much shit? Why is this? So this is his sister's group. The fuck, man. Okay, let's finish this out.
Mr. Seth, many thoughts and prayers for Sebastian. Much respect, and I'm praying for a safe return. I'd say that's much appreciated.
Girl, I'm gonna come sit by you. This is irritating. And this was March 18th. If you think about it,
We talked about interviewing the local
So they started a private group. His sister started a private group, but Seth doesn't do social media. But we also found out that Sebastian was on YouTube at this point in time watching game. I got too much. JLR's group is the mysterious disappearance of Sebastian.
Spanish news.
I appreciate everybody's prayers, positive thoughts, and if people are helping passing out flyers, I really appreciate that as well.
This is some
Mm-hmm.
bullshit.
Mm-hmm.
No, I haven't, Sonny. But you know what? I'll speak to one of my PR people about that.
Mm-hmm.
One of my PR people about that, again, mention of PR people on March 18th. And we know Chloe's not involved in this yet because she had just been to the vigil. And then she had said that he was said in this when she left the chat that he would contact her probably the next day.
It's not a bad idea. I get a bad thought off that, man.
Semi High, his godmother is Cuban.
Not a bad idea. Not a bad idea. Mm. Let's see. Yeah, it's not illegal to have a GoFundMe. It's not. His sister started that for a reason. It's not going anywhere. And if it helps him to be able to continue to do what he's needing to do, well, it stays. It's not going anywhere. So I don't count down the threats anyway. I don't think anybody does, actually.
Well, let me explain something, Angel. Because Angel said, Chris said, law enforcement told them to not allow a GoFundMe and that y'all agreed. That's bullshit. He's just mad because he ain't getting the money. Well, law enforcement wasn't involved in it. But us, but it was agreed that.
Hold on here. I want to show you guys this right quick. Look at this shit. Oh, y'all. This group, look at that. This group on Facebook that he's talking about, group was created on February 27th, 2024. Name changed on April 2nd, 2024. These are the mods. Karen, there's Karen. Most of these are all locals. Huh. So the day after he went missing, his, okay, all right. All right. So the GoFundMe was started. Oh, shit the bed. I don't like this. Okay, the 29th. Which one you want me to go to? These are the admins. I don't know what you want me to look for. Did you get that clue? Did I show you guys enough? Hold on. Let me go backwards. This is the last one. They're all locals, it looks like. Huh. Clue, did you see what you wanted to? Okay, you saw it. Okay. Huh. So the GoFundMe was started February 29th. The group, oh, I don't like this, was started the day after. Okay. Okay.
No, that Chris, Katie, and I would not start a GoFundMe. And I agreed. My sister started a GoFundMe for me because my bills are still going.
Okay, so he's clarifying that the sister did it because his bills. Bodie McBoatface, yeah, that's a problem. That's all tips should be going straight to the TBI and Sumner County and the FBI or the FBI. That's where they should be going, not to them. But hey.
And I had no problem with that. My sister asked me first. I said, as long as it's not anything to do with Sebastian or anything of that sort, because I'm not trying to use it I'm not using my son as a way for this.
He's
And
not trying to get rich.
Sebastian's not going to be involved. I said, that's fine. You know, whatever you'd like to do. She's my older sister. Do you think I could really tell her what to do?
Yeah, well, if law enforcement advised you not to, I mean,
That's like kind of telling my mom what to do. It ain't
That
happening.
won't happen because I spoke to his mom and I wouldn't know. She reminded me of my mother. And I'm a baby.
so they started it 3 days after he went missing. 3 days after. Where in 3 days? In 3 days, they were concerned about his bills getting paid. Why were they not hopeful he'd be found that fast? I don't like this.
His sister. And I'm going to be honest. Listen, there's nothing. My brother could never tell me not to do it. I'm going to do it anyways. Period. You're not going to ever stop me from doing it. I'm going to do it anyways. And
yeah, if exactly, Bree, exactly that. Yeah, I'm going to leave this alone.
as long as he's out there having to do what he's doing to bring his boy home, he has every right to have that. He has every right.
And you know what's crazy? In the last case that we talked about in Marvon's story, there was a GoFundMe that barely hit 5K. But the Cash Apps, Venmos, PayPals, everything like that, because people know that YouTube takes a portion and GoFundMe takes a portion. So people will usually in situations like this, so that people don't have to wait for it. I mean, he's not monetized on YouTube either, but sending it to creators, we've seen that happen too. But if the GoFundMe hit 25K, I think around 25K, I'm telling you, the Cash App or whatever other payment apps, I would bet are way higher than that. I would venture to say. People are extremely generous, and there's been zero transparent. Oh my God. Walking away.
Yeah. And do you think that he should be trying to work at a time where, well, he's got to use his mental. If you think about that and what he does for a living.
Terry, thank you for the gifted membership.
That wouldn't be smart. That's what I feel. And make sure he can hear us.
Oh, Nina, me too. He woke up all of a sudden.
Thank you, Alicia. Alicia. The more flyers, the more that Sebastian's face is everywhere.
Oh, God, I don't like this.
That's a fact.
Y'all, this does, I wish I wouldn't have gone back to this. This does not feel good. I'm sorry. I'm just going to admit, when you look at this freaking group was created the very next day, and it's a private group. And then you take into account the GoFundMe within 3 days of him missing.
If people choose to donate, they will. If they don't, they won't. And that's a fact that with his own mental health right there. Yeah. And he has to have that to go to work. He has to have his own mental health to go to work.
What was he planning on doing over the summer for childcare? I wonder if was Sebastian just going to stay home all alone by himself while he worked nights?
You're not the only one, Alicia. It's insanity.
My understanding is he has not returned to work yet, and I don't know if he has a job to return to. I genuinely don't have a clue. I know that people had provided God, this makes me feel. I just wish I would. I'm like sitting here. I'm trying so hard, y'all. Please excuse me because I just don't like the feeling of this. I don't like this at all. I really don't like this at all. The further we get into this and hear all the time and go back and watch how it actually builds, I just don't. People had donated PTO time to him too. So he was getting paid PTO time and getting a full paycheck the entire time too. And he's not at work currently. So I'm. Yeah. Okay. All right. Walking away. Can you tell us how you confirmed that in Napa Valley Girl? Is that something you can share with us? Because I would like to know, because his shoulder injury was pretty early on.
Yes. Highways in all directions seem to be leaking for a lot. You're correct. I don't know if he's aware of that. Are you aware of anything like that? JLR investigators said that Katie had life insurance on Sebastian.
I have no idea. I know that she tried to get she wanted to take over the payments on the Gerber life, and I took over the payment.
Yes, he did.
Yeah, when you're in a law enforcement department, his mental health is very important.
Robin said that he was intending on going there, or they were intending on seeing him over the summer in Texas.
That's huge, and that's my opinion right there. And he needs that to look for his boy, and that's a given. That's a factual given.
I will be well when he comes home.
Yes, you do have to be well. You have to be healthy as well. Healthy.
Yeah, we're gonna get to that too, Melissa.
I didn't think about that. New Mexico isn't far from.
Oh, and let me clarify, Demon, that about the t-shirts, just so everybody knows, Katie, the people that Katie designed the shirt with, their business, there's no profit whatsoever with the t-shirts that Katie designed. It's directly through the print shop. They are $22 for small through, I think, large, and then $1 per X. So like a 1X would be 23, and then shipping cost. If you want t-shirts like that, there's no profit in it whatsoever, not at all. But yeah, I just wanted to clear that up too, because I was trying to talk to you about that in chat, and just so we knew, I could explain that.
True. Absolutely, yes, KR. Correct.
This is so wild.
Let's see. He hasn't been out joyriding. Nope, no joyriding for him.
How do you know that?
Yes, he ate a daggone sausage and biscuit. That's what he said. And a pot of coffee. I don't think that's going to work, but yeah.
I don't like this, y'all.
I don't think that's the greatest, but I can't force it to do anything. I try. Any festivals or other attractions people could pass out? Oh, let's see. There are some things. Yeah, there's some things. Well, that's great. Tell him to go right ahead. He can waste that money. I must have jumped real high.
Leave all my energy drinks out of this now.
Well, which ones do you drink? Monsters?
Drink Red Bull and Monster coffee drink.
Oh,
Big William,
I don't know about that.
I don't have my coffee.
I like my coffee. I'm sorry. Sorry.
To my understanding, different ones. The one I'm talking about are the ones Katie designed. What's this? Bodie McBoatface. Like and I've shown you guys that barbecue chick on TikTok that was associated with Seth in the beginning, that now has this big, huge fallout with Seth, had a Yahoo email address set up for tips to be sent via. I'm sorry. No.
I've never had Red Bull and Monster coffee. Wait, what? I've never heard of Monster coffee.
Something just doesn't.
Yeah, they make Monster coffee energy drinks.
Gross. Yeah, I think I'd have to pass. And I like my coffee, sir. Monster.
Oh, I like my coffee too.
Sweet toughness. Duchess stepped away, but I will get the information and share it. You directly order it through the printing company. So I will get that information and share it in my community tab for you guys afterwards.
Too, but
You like the wrong kind. Monster coffee, no thanks. Oh, God, no.
I like Folgers Black Silk with a splash of French vanilla creamer.
Which one did you like now? With what now, creamer?
Folgers Black Silk
Mhm.
with a splash of French vanilla creamer.
Good taste on that.
Here's one Sebastian likes it too.
What is that?
Yeah, I don't know, Jules. I don't.
You're right, Karen. There's water and coffee.
That's what
That's not the water. It goes through the beans that were planted here by God.
Get your wings, Red Bull. Get your wings. I'm not drinking this. Oh, good.
Austin, it was created the 27th, just so you can see on your. It was created the day after. So not the 24th, the 27th. The 27th of 2024. Just so you guys can see that again. Oh, yikes. This feels.
No thanks.
That's why my back hurts. I got wings growing out of it.
What?
No, she did not tell me that she heard noises coming out of Sebastian's room at around 10.
Never heard of that. How does he cope with high stress situations? Has anyone asked you that? Oh my gosh.
And my house is a sanctuary. We do not have high stress situations. But I would say that he was at my house when the tornadoes hit Clarksville. And quite literally, he followed all my instructions to a T. In fact, I would say that he was mildly excited about it all.
And just so you guys know, I'm not bullshitting to you about the tip line. There it is again. There's a screenshot at the bottom. It says tips about Sebastian at yahoo.com. That was one of the people that was on the ground and had linked up with Seth pretty early on. Now they've had a fallout and they're anti-Seth again and had Trevor Lee on the other night and all this shit.
Kill is this cold. Yeah, they've not announced anyone being clear. Please do, Fat Boy Babushka.
We got 10 minutes and we've almost made it.
It's babushka.
Please do. See, she mentioned him making noise in his room, and she told him she didn't care about what he's doing to go to bed. Interesting.
I don't like this.
Oh no, she's changed.
And we know for a fact that Terry Lynn was in contact with Chris 2 days after this to record that call for Nina's custody hearing. They've been talking about Nina's custody hearing. We heard Robin in the beginning of this. We know that there was a Facebook group set up on the 27th and the GoFundMe set up the 29th. Shit.
It's the story or not, but she's added.
Seems the story's changed. I'm gonna be honest. The story's changed.
Speaking of stories changing.
Yeah, I don't like being threatened. Yeah, I don't think anybody does.
Another big thing we learned in this. He had PR people that he was calling PR people as of March 18th. His sister and Karen were two that he refers to. Mods from the group that we just looked at. We know that Chloe had gone and was going to have contact with him on March 19th, who was the PI. I don't like any of the optics of this. I'll be honest. I do not like this.
where I come from, when you threaten us, we normally respond with a hell of gunfire, and then we reload.
Y'all, man, it's not drunk yet. In the beginning, yeah, I will. I'll play it again at the end.
I have no idea about that part. Yeah. I just listened to the interview. How I found your channel. It came up. Well, thank you, Shannon. Welcome.
Clue, are you still in here? If you're in here, do you know what date it was that supposed reward fund was being thrown around? And which I hope everybody realizes there's no reward whatsoever. But I'm curious when that started getting thrown in there too.
She said she heard. I've never heard that said. That's the first for me. To be honest, that's the first I've heard of that right there. It's interesting.
The chat over there keeps saying this is a criminal investigation. Now, allegedly, it's not. It's an open investigation. And thankfully, that was cleared up by the news media. But somebody did make a boo-boo on media and say that it was a criminal investigation, which was not factual. Yeah. Well, what the reward fund was, and my understanding was the attorney that was initially setting it up had done a letter of intent. There was actual no money at the time. There was a letter of intent, but that attorney had been involved in some fraudulent business dealings in the past.
No, that. Let's see. I think she's going to mention what was said. I can know that I suggested. Yeah. I'll read it. That one. Let's see. Crying Paula. I didn't hear anything where she said that either. And I thought I had listened to. I've listened to. I think I thought I'd listened to most everything, and that's the first of my knowledge that it ever had been said. Well, I did ask for 5 minutes of his time, and you know what? I couldn't get that. I tried. I did try.
I don't like this.
I did. Oh my. Well, no, he wouldn't. He would. That's fact. He wouldn't. And I'm good with that.
Janice, that's a great question. Was the grandparents spoken to and has their home been searched? So Seth's parents live in Texas. They came to Tennessee twice. I think they've been there, potentially more. I know that they were there around Easter time, and I know that they were there in the beginning. I can't. I'll go back and find dates for you. Yes, I did, Gothic. I saw that stuff on TikTok too. I don't know if their home has been searched. And thank you for the super. I don't know. I couldn't tell you. T-Rev 757. T-Rev 757 confirmed the other night that he saw the text message thread between Tony, Seth, and Trevor Lee, and that he could confirm that it wasn't Tony that leaked the audio. Oh, yeah. Okay, we got 5 minutes to go.
No, I'll listen. I'm not against listening to anything, ever.
Yes, they were.
It's just shocking. Some of this stuff is shocking that the story changed. Story should never change. And he's not aware of this. Any idea why law enforcement will tell them not to speak of the interior cameras? I was not aware that they had interior cameras, actually. Welcome, Swan. I am very sorry, Seth. Praying your son is found soon. I also have a missing adult son. Oh my goodness. Stay strong. Your son did not disappear without a trace. Answer for everything. And I agree. There is an answer for everything. And I believe that he'll be found. C. Taylor says, are you three in communications daily? I don't think that's daily. More flowers on Louisville Highway in Millersville.
Don't think they had interior cameras.
That's my point. This would be the first. This is the first I've actually heard about these interior cameras. The first I've heard of those. This is honest to God the first I've heard of them. She drove around looking for him. I had
They did not have
no
cameras.
knowledge of that either. I don't know if he does.
Thank you for becoming a member, Ruby. Welcome to the cabana.
Yeah, I read that, but that's the first of my knowledge that there's any interior cameras.
I am unaware of any of their security features in my house. So
We're almost done, y'all.
Didn't my mom also say today that she drove around with him? I don't know.
Oh, oh, thank you, Ruby.
However, I'm suffering injury and not cooking much. Quick trip at 7-Eleven.
Y'all, there's been so much misinformation and so much going on about all this stuff. It's been hard to keep up. It has been something else.
Maybe they just asked if they had interior cameras, and they said they couldn't speak of that per law enforcement. And I miss it. No, I read it actually. I'm pretty sure that he rode a school bus. Did he not ride a school bus?
he did. He rode the bus.
You think?
Okay.
It's shocking to me that all of a sudden now, after going to Tennessee, people are starting to like pull back a little bit and their stories are changing. Meanwhile, they've kept quiet all along and let these narratives run. It's amazing how that happens.
I did see that right there.
Ugh, these people piss me off.
Pitchforks. Can you file for family leave? I don't know if you can or not.
Good night, Bodie McBoatface. Oh, yeah. If that's being said in the chat, I might have missed it. Robin was not Katie's foster mom. Thank you, Clue. Granny's towards the rib. Granny's towards the rib. Libby, I'm not sure. Are you talking about the Tony stuff? I watched that, you guys, last night. Like,
That's something he'll have to answer on that one. Cat, I don't know. And I don't know.
Oh, demon. You might have missed it at the beginning. I gotcha. I got us. We're only 2 in, and I've got 3 pages. Oh, towards the end. Okay. I'll look at it. Y'all. I don't like this.
Do they have that here? We'll have to find out from him. Yeah, I don't know nothing about any of this stuff. Let's see. Did not do the bug. I don't know if they offer family leave. I do not know.
He could have spoke up right then and there and said that my coworkers have pulled together. Why wouldn't you? Why wouldn't you say that? Why wouldn't you say?
I don't know about him. I don't know about that. It's a good thought, but I don't think so. I don't think that he's trying to be a good husband. Sorry. The GoFundMe is on my community wall. Underneath my channel on the community post.
Now you see why I've been dreading finishing this, Stevie.
Seth, are you still with us? He might not be with us.
All right. Seth is off. Oh, God. Does he come back? He does not come back. Okay. Thank you, Lord Jesus. Okay. Let's go back. It was requested to play the part where she plays the recording. So let's go back to that. So we're going to listen to the recording that Terry Lynn played in the beginning of this of Robin Rogers. And then we're going to be done with this. And this is the end of this one. The next one we're going to do is the Chronicles of Olivia interview with Katie and Chris. They're out of order because that one should have been before this one, but we're going to listen to that one. It was earlier, same day. And then after that one, we will do the JLR interview. Y'all, I just don't like this. Okay.
I can imagine. I don't know if anybody can imagine this. I think it's a nightmare.
Let me see if I can find it. Hold on. Let me go back.
And they're pretty strong words. I think she means everything that she says. And I did spend time today. Well, it's early morning.
Why were they also not used for billboards? Why? By the way, Duchess is taking a personal leave of absence. She's got a bunch of family stuff going on. She has helped so much with billboards and things like that. But if anybody wants to do something for billboards, she's got to step away for a while. So if anybody wants to get together and do something like that, we can, as a community, rally together, creators and stuff. I can't manage it. And the reason for it is because I just don't have the time, but I am willing to help however we possibly can. I know my Islanders will stand up and help, whatever we can do. I think it might be important to put one in California and also Texas at this point.
Morning, speaking with her son, we were well over the 4-hour minute mark on there. We were there for a while.
Clue, we should get together and do that. If you would be willing to do that and like manage the funds of it, I would be absolutely willing to do fundraisers for it and get that going too. Whatever we can do, I will help. However, I just need to send you my phone number. Perfect. And Duchess said we can have the same blip things that she used. So I'm ready to go. I've got funds to donate. So
let's start with Miss Robin.
Okay, here you go.
You are the grandmother of Sebastian, Seth's mother. That's correct. And you have a message.
Yeah, I do. First, what I'd like to say, and what I'd like to ask of everybody, podcasters, everybody, is do not refer to Chris Outwood as my grandson's father, dad, whatever. He is proud of his husband. My son, Seth Rogers, is his dad. First and foremost, and people even would call him Christopher, his dad, because he's not.
So the first thing she's pissed about is people calling Chris stepdad, dad.
Secondly, I want everybody to know that I don't play around. I'm going to turn over every rock, stone, pebble, grain of sand until my grandson is brought home. And whoever and everyone involved are prosecuted to the fullest.
Do you have plans to come here to Tennessee?
We were there for 10 days. We live in Texas.
Mm-hmm.
And we will be back when Seth wants us to come, if he needs us, and certainly when Sebastian is found, we will.
That's freaking awesome. Tell fiance I said he's incredible. You are too. We got this. We will, yeah, Clue, we got this. Soon as we get it all figured out, your money apps where you want it to go, I will start sharing it out. You can get with Chris and Katie, pick locations, and I will help get my group together and start fundraising. Absolutely. Thank you so much. That's amazing.
Anything you have to say to the mother?
Cletus, a personal thank you to both you and your amazing fiance, Clue.
And if you have information, I don't care who tells you not to. You need to tell what you know. And for my grandson, if he is able to hear this, Mima loves you, Seth loves you, we want you home.
Oh my God.
We want you home. So you can come to Texas this summer.
So you can come to Texas this summer. Okay.
And I do believe in Easter miracles. Oh my goodness. And that is the grandmother here. Mm-hmm. Does Grandpa want to say anything, or does he stand by what you said? Right. Thank you. All right, that was that part, and then she had a little bit more to say. That you know. I'd heard that. Is there anything that he likes that stands out to you?
Oh, Sebastian loved animals. He loves animals.
No.
In fact, when I asked him what he wanted for his birthday's the same day as his great uncle's and his dad's.
December 7th, the same day as my dad's.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. And he wanted books about animals and about plants. Oh. So, along with clothing, which I always buy for him, I buy a bunch of books on animals and plants, and he was so excited when he got them. Yeah, and we would talk about, before we moved to San Antonio, I had chickens, and we would talk about the chickens, and one of the things that he asked for when I asked him what he wanted for his birthday and Christmas was he wanted pictures of my dogs. We have 2 old Boston Terriers, and he loved Maggie and Annie, and he wanted pictures of the puppies.
So he loved the dogs. Now, did you ever know him to be a person that, or a child that would go outside at night?
No.
How about without his shoes?
Absolutely not.
So,
not unless he was with somebody and he was going from point A to point B with somebody.
So, and was he ever a runner?
No, never.
Never. Grandma says never a runner.
Reason to, but he never did.
And is there things like
reason to, but he never did.
Like, when he was with you all, did he like electronics?
Oh, he's always loved electronics. He's always loved games. And I would play games with him. He loved trying to beat me. We had a lot of fun.
So he likes games.
But he would be in the kitchen with me. You know, he loved to help me cook, and he loved to help me set the table and doing that sort of thing. You know, his mom used to say that he wouldn't eat a lot of things, but when he was at my house, he ate everything I ever put in front of him.
No. So
he likes his mom's cooking.
So he's a happy-go-lucky little rambunctious boy, a normal kid.
When he's with his dad, I can say that he is. He's happy. I mean, he's like any other kid.
Yeah.
He gets moody. He gets tired. He gets even more moody. You know, and he's not, you know, jolly 100% of the time. Yeah.
Right.
For the most part, when he was around us, he was a happy kid. He's a happy kid.
Did he ever seem like he worried about anything?
Yeah. Being at his mother's house.
Would he talk about it?
She says, yeah, being at his mother's house.
Yeah, he talked to me about lots of things. But I'm not in a position to talk to him.
Okay, no, don't do that. Yeah, don't do that.
Yeah.
But most of the time, he's a happy kid.
Most of the time, he's a really happy kid. Yeah. Yeah. Like I said, all I can say is when he's at his dad's house or when he was at our house.
That's his happy time.
Really happy kid.
I wonder how often he went to Texas to visit.
I got it. Like a kid. I want to make sure that I'm able to answer some of these questions.
Okay, so that's all she played of that recorded call. Here, let's go to the 203. Oh, wait, was it 203 in this live stream today? Or was it the 203 mark in this? Let's see.
Okay, there, you know, the bus stop. The bus stop might have been right outside the subdivision. I don't know.
Bus stop was right in front of their house.
Oh gosh, he got a better ride. Does he have any particular mannerisms or stems that may stand out with stand out with possibly helping to spot him? My son has Asperger's and has some distinct stems.
He likes it. Well, when he runs, he Naruto runs.
There you go.
And can we correct his weight?
So Katie has been shredded for that. You are spot on, Mel. Thank you for that. And you mentioned it twice. Okay. So that's that one. Okay. So game plan will be, we're going to go back and watch the Chronicles of Olivia, because I think we'll hear a foundation of what Chris and Katie have said. And I think it's important to build a foundation because people are saying that their stories changed. In my opinion, they haven't. The baseline has been the same. However, they've added in additional details as they remembered things. Again, not accusing any of the parents, but Seth seemed pretty, he said like 4 times that I can count off the top of my head between the first 2 that we've watched so far. We've only gotten through 2 and it's taken like 4 videos. It's ridiculous. This was the most painstaking one, I think, so far. But that he left. So it seems like Seth was pretty consistent with the same thing, that he left. I've got a lot of questions, especially over the group being set up the very next day. And usually you set up a public page to get information out publicly, not a private group. I don't know. That's odd to me. But I'm gonna sit on my hands for a minute. I'm gonna get together with Clue. Clue is going to do some billboards as soon as we get all the details, where the funds go, everything. Y'all, we're gonna rally together as a community, all of our communities together, and get some billboards up, because I think it's important to get his face and name out there wider. We all know a lot about this situation because we've been following it, but outside of YouTube, TikTok, in these communities, the public really doesn't know. There's a lot of people that don't know. I've thought about potentially stuff here in Phoenix, because we have a lot of people that travel, especially this time of year, because it gets hot here. So people snowbird, go home and stuff. But I've got a lot of questions. I am very uncomfortable with this interview, and not because of Seth, like Terry Lynn, but the PR comments, the group setup, the GoFundMe setup, the not being transparent about what he does and misrepresenting what he does for law enforcement is weird to me. The grandmother's comments to me were off-putting. Terry Lynn's communication with Nina already in this, none of it I like. I'll be quite frank. Oh, thank you, Duchess, for the t-shirts, y'all. There's the phone number for the t-shirts, the printing shop. Again, there's no profit from the t-shirts. Sweet toughness. There's the t-shirt, the number for the t-shirts. You just call that number and then they get with you over shipping and everything. They'll ship them right to you. They're the ones that Katie designed. They also didn't clarify that Seth had been donated PTO time through work. I find that to be really interesting. Yes, Clue. That would be very good. Yeah. Oh, any other questions? I think the glasses, the conversation about the glasses, because Katie said the assumption is that he has the glasses with him. Duchess, you've got stuff to take care of. You need to go take care of that. You don't need to apologize. I've told you over and over again, you need to take care of you first. And there's plenty of us out here that can help do other things. I know Queen Bee will step in. I know a lot of people will step in to help whatever we can do to help this family and more. I'm going to go stir on this. Yeah, the best aunt ever. I've noted that. I noted that. So when we get to that, we can point it out too and timestamp the differences. It's really, see, this is what's important to me, to go back and like put things in time frame order. Again, let me show you guys this one more time too. So this is that group that they were advertising in there. This is the group right here. This is that Finding Sebastian Rogers, No Speculation or Theories. It's got 10.5K members. Again, for me, this is weird that it's a group you have to join and not a public page, because if you're trying to just pump information out, I don't know. Maybe I don't know. I don't like this. I just don't. I'm sorry. I'm going to be honest. I don't like this. I didn't like it before, and I really don't like it now. And I'm not saying that Seth has anything to do with the disappearance of his son. I just got a lot of questions that don't quite add up. There's a lot of questions and a lot of people that seem to have been in the background a long time in helping paint narratives. And okay, y'all, I'm out of here for the night. We've been here for 3 hours. Jules, one lives in New Mexico and one lives in Texas. I don't know how far apart they are, but that's where their vicinities are. And that's from their own words, not doxing them, but yeah. Something's not right here. Oh yeah, I assume that's who she's talking about, with Robin and Nina, Grandma and Nina, Grandma and the ex-wife. Yeah. Okay, I'm going to go enjoy some time with my family. I'll probably be back tomorrow. Well, depending on, we have a family day out tomorrow, and we'll see how long it takes. But if not, I will be back tomorrow. We'll probably do the complaint line tomorrow night. Monday, I have plans with my in-laws, and my kids are off for summer break, so it'll be a little sporadic, but this is interesting. So we've got, coming up next is Chronicles of Olivia interview and JLR's interview. And we're going to continue to go through them and talk about stuff. And we also have some debunking to do of Miss Brittany J from last night and all the bullshit that her and her panel spewed once again, and was completely unnecessary, fabricated shit on Chris and Katie again. Like, I'm just sick of this shit. Everybody and their bullshit. Letha. Yeah, I would like to know that too. Duchess, sending you a huge hug. Yes, Lippy, we got this. You're getting your pool started tomorrow. Good. Bambi the Manatee content coming soon. Clue, I'm going to text you my, or I'll email you my phone number too. You can call me off a Google number or whatever. I don't care. But that way you can get a hold of me if you need to for anything, and I will help however we can. And as soon as we get all the payment stuff set up, please, again, thank your fiance for me. Thank you, Cletus. I know all the communities will rally to get this taken care of. So you did say muck love. It's okay. I'm used to reading it. You should see how I try to type. Oh, Clue. I'm assuming it's PJ. I'm assuming it's probably going to be PJ, because I think PJ made a thumbnail of all Queen Bee's. So yeah, that's a whole lot of shit show in itself. But I'll see you guys over there. Okay, y'all. See you guys soon. Have a great rest of your night. Thank you for hanging out with me. I know this was miserable. I know this was hard to get through, but we did it. We made it through 5 hours. It only took us 3 live streams. Okay. Oh, Odin girl, thank you for being here. Thank you, Pepper. Okay, y'all. See you soon. Bye.